Live, guys.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, any listeners or us from the future who are listening back. I just wanted to know that you're valid and I love you. And stay turn trademark.
That's not our trademark.
I know.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah. Well, as ready
I'm
as
not
I'm
on the
gonna
roll
be.
20. Hold on.
Shit.
Oh, big poop.
I didn't have time to write down all my spells and stuff, so we're just gonna be like looking out of the book today.
Do we have an ETA for Vale?
They're here.
I'm right here.
Oh.
Right
Shit.
there.
Rude.
They've been here for like minutes.
Jesus, Connor.
I'm
At
so
least
sorry.
1 whole minute.
I went upstairs to go check up on something, and I came back and I didn't know if you were here. I'm sorry.
This is going to be a
So
very
rude.
sleepy D&D session.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's so fucking tired.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I just wanted an ETA because I was dying.
Well, slap yourself in the face. We gotta play D&D.
We gotta play D&D.
No one do anything with Florin for like a half hour.
Yeah.
You gotta warm up.
Florin is high off his ass, I think.
Oh hell. Don't remember ordering so much shit.
Everyone get in the roll 20.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm
Give
in.
me
Ruby's
un
not even
momento,
in.
por favor.
Ruby, get in the roll 20.
The roll 20 is probably not gonna be that important for this session, but
Oh. Why didn't you say that first?
It is gonna be
depends.
more.
I mean, you guys could do something crazy. So,
Colt, did you
Yeah.
kill my mom?
don't know.
I'm sorry, what? Colt, can you be my mom?
You don't even know if you have a mom. You could have just come out of an egg.
I mean,
one
like,
day.
I adopted her as my mom.
Oh, that. Okay, I got you. Different.
That one.
Fucking who?
Yeah,
I thought you meant
that
before.
mom. No, I'm talking about Mrs.
Milf?
Rivers.
MILF? MILF? Sorry, wait.
She has a name. Her
Shit.
name is Mary.
MILF Rivers.
MILF
That's
Rivers. Oh, God.
Okay, is everyone here? Is Ruby here? Is Connor's here? Hydral's here, and Snail's here. Everyone's here.
Hello. Hello.
Ruby, stop
Is Ruby
doing
here?
spiders.
Hello?
Motherfucker.
Is Ruby here?
Apparently not anymore.
They
Supposedly.
left. They're dead.
VK2, is this my CD? Wait. 2. What the hell did he order?
God, I want to get drunk so bad.
I will definitely
You
fall
will
asleep
fall
if I
asleep.
get drunk.
Yeah, you will
I will
also
not.
guaranteed.
I didn't do it last time, and I had like 3 cups.
Yeah, but then you, like, devolved into just telling us you love us a lot. Not that that's,
You
like,
did.
a problem, but, like...
You're an emotional
I
girl.
don't want to shut up. No.
You like kind of melt.
Yeah.
Is Ruby here? Like, there you go.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, I just went to the bathroom. I didn't know you were here.
We're gonna play D&D now.
Oh, shit.
Thank you
Nice.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody's ready?
Okay.
Get the roll
Yeah.
20.
Well, unless.
I take your time.
Well, for the most part. Right.
Spook.
And then I'll probably die for like 10 minutes in the middle of it. I can shove food into my gullet.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
all my
fine.
water, so
I'll take a
I
food
can
break.
do my fucking voice without killing my throat.
It kills your throat.
That's the one thing I didn't grab. Oh, well.
I mean,
So,
it kills it a little bit
guys-
if I do it for a while.
you guys all leveled up, so you're all level 11 now.
Yay!
Woo,
Heck
baby!
I'm assuming you guys have leveled your peoples up.
Well,
I have.
mostly.
This is not an MMO, so you are not like healed and all that. We're jumping in right from where we left off.
It's fine. I didn't get hit anyway.
Yeah, we didn't.
I got hit. I got very hit.
So you just helped fend off Eden Brock from two giant minotaur-like bull biped creatures with giant crazy great axes.
Hmm.
Almost died.
And that's basically pretty much where we left off. Like, you just kill them all, and then we ended. So,
Yep.
right at the beginning, what would you guys like to do?
Um,
Am I
Well,
still
as I
catching my
recall,
breath?
breath?
searching.
who's the one that found all the survivors?
I believe
Definitely
it
not
was
you
me.
guys.
It was me and Nora.
It was you two. So I assume that we're all still sort of wandering the town then,
Yeah.
besides you two. Ferris is gonna go searching house to house and see if he finds anyone like cooped up, anyone hiding.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I find anyone?
Well, let's decide what everyone's doing.
I'm sorry.
I think Perry's gonna go with Ferris. He's very concerned about his adopted mom.
Okay.
Caniel is going to go to whoever tells him about survivors first and start looking for people to help.
Mara will
Healing
group up with
inside.
Hydro. Or sorry, fuck with with Caniel.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I went with Nora, right? That we found
Yeah.
people. So Lauren's gonna, go and wave his arms in the air on his broom and he's like, guys, over here, survivors.
Okay,
And-
I
You
guess
go.
we go over there.
Mara over there. Yes.
I'm still gonna take a peek around, see if there's anyone. Let's
Okay.
go through.
Over the course of the next hour or so, you basically go through every house. You find everyone who is hiding. You find one or two injured people who appear to have tried to fight off the creatures. They're pretty badly wounded. Each of them has either been kicked really hard or completely gashed open with that great axe, just barely hanging on.
Is there much we
You
can
also
do
find
with it?
the majority of the townsfolk were cooped up in one of the main buildings that had the most secure. What do you call that? Lock mechanism, I guess. The big piece of wood you put in front of the door.
Yeah, the big fucking door block. Yeah.
That thing. So yeah, you eventually kind of meet up with everyone.
Is
You
Mary-
do find Mary Rivers,
Oh, thank God.
who is alive. She is very stern looking. She looks pretty emotionless. You find her son Isaac is basically kind of protecting her and shielding with her. You do not find Dalton.
Oh no.
And you basically figure out that around 8 or so of the strongest of the village died trying to fend off the attack.
Was it only those two?
After you're investigating, pretty much it just seems like it was these two. I would like for Kenyel and Ferris and Lauren. Actually, just everyone make a perception check. That's easier.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, 13.
Perception or investigation?
Just perception.
19, 20,
19.
27.
I got a 21.
I got a 20, not natural.
27, baby.
So mana would be the highest then. After looking over all the people, the one thing that you catch mana as you're kind of patrolling, making sure there's nothing else, no one on the outskirts of town. You basically do a perimeter check. At the tree line of the forest, which is about we'll say 200 feet away, you do see a figure who, as you see them, they dart away into the forest.
Was it just like a humanoid figure?
Just a humanoid figure. You can't really tell what it was or who they were or anything like that. They were looking at you, saw you, noticed them, and then booked it.
Booked it? Okay, I go over to Florin. Florin.
Yeah.
How fast can your broom go? Cause I just saw somebody like 200 feet away, and they hightailed it. Can you like go after them?
Uh. Uh. Yeah.
Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah. Sure.
Then
Sure.
go.
Okay. Fuck you.
Thank you.
And then Florin is also going to call Beatrice, and he's gonna have her fly after the person first in their
I
general.
point him in the direction that
Yeah.
I saw the person.
I have Beatrice go out there, and I go, if you see anyone there, bite them, please. I love you. And she goes flying off, and I go after her.
Okay. How fast are both you and your familiar?
My familiar can go 60 feet per round, and then I have 50 feet on my broomstick.
Okay.
So dashing is 100 feet, and then dashing for Beatrice is 120.
Now I have a question. Can you
Yeah.
dash with a magic broom?
Let me see. Can you dash with a
Dash.
magic broom?
I mean, it's just movement, isn't it? So, if you use that for your turn, it would still just be movement.
Let's see. Now, the broom fly is an oddball. It has its own speed like other vehicles now, but the item assumes that you rely on your move rather than your action to use it, and therefore allow you to take the dash action to the Zoom Broom. Thank you, Jeremy Crawford.
So yes.
Yes. I can go zoom, zoom, zoom on the broom, broom, broom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Uncomfortable laugh.
I need to turn Kana off. You were quiet for some reason.
Oh.
Mama.
It seems there's like a little bit of controversy because the broom can take orders. So that kind of implies you can do an action with the broom, which could be the dash action. I'm basically going to be setting a precedent here. So
Doesn't, not to like bring Critical Role into this, but doesn't Matt let them do that?
Yeah.
But this is roll call.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
D&D
roll call.
Beyond,
But also-
everybody.
Previously, when Eric ran away, you let me do math.
Yeah, I guess I kind of already said that then. I think that's fine. Because it has standard movement, which you can just do. But then if you are focusing on just movement, then you can go faster.
Yeah, and
So
I'll
I'll
take up
say
my
you can
action.
dash. So you can
If
move
it can
100
only
feet
move,
per round.
50 feet per round, it can only move 5 miles per hour, which is hilariously slow.
What? This is a miles per hour?
Huh? No, if it's 50 feet per round, which is every 6 seconds, that comes out to about 5 miles per hour.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That seems really slow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's faster than walking. Or running.
Not if you're a monk.
No, it's faster than walking, if it's only 50 feet per round.
Okay, well, you're going 100 feet per round then. Okay, so we're just going to set that precedent. You can dash with your broom. So Beatrice can only move 60. So do you both go in the same direction? Do you split? What do you do?
Yeah.
Because you're going to outrun your familiar by a lot.
Ooh. She can't. Oh. Familiars can't dash?
No, but even if she does, she has 30 feet to fly. So you move 100 feet per round, they move 60.
No.
Oh, no. Winged snakes have like 60 feet flying.
What?
Oh.
Let's look that up. Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do flying
Jesus.
snakes. Flying
Can't
snakes.
be
Starting off the
fucking
game
faster
with
than you.
technical
I know,
things.
that's
Flying
what I'm saying,
snake
really.
has 60 feet.
D&D.
Yeah.
They also look very silly.
They do look very
Quite
silly.
silly.
Mine looks even sillier.
Okay, so your familiar's faster than you, actually.
Yeah, that's why I said
Okay,
her.
do you go in the same direction? Do you split? What are you doing?
Yeah, I like deviate a little bit.
Okay,
Like,
so you are going above the tree line and along with your familiar. So both of you roll perception checks.
Okay, I will roll mine first. Here we go. Alright, that is decent, like 16. And then Beatrice. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay, 15.
So 16 and 15?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. As you're flying above the tree line, you do see a figure that has kind of slowed from a run into like a moderate jog down within the trees.
Ooh.
Actually, let me see if they don't seem to have seen you.
Okay, let's see.
Ooh, cast blight.
How far are they from me?
At this point, because you're flying above the tree line, so I would say you are probably like 60 to 70 feet in the air, and they're still a bit ahead of you. So in total, probably like 90 feet away from you.
Okay.
Did anyone else know that Florin ran off, or did Mana only tell Florin and Florin just went?
At this point, Mana just told Florin, and then Florin booked it, so you don't know.
Oh, boy.
You're looking in houses right now.
I'm looking at houses right now.
Yeah. See what the spell work. Sorry, I'm like looking up spells right now. Okay, I'm gonna keep, because you said they're 90 feet away?
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to I'm gonna keep flying a bit closer till Beatrice is about 60 feet away. Or actually, make it till she's like 40 feet away from the target.
Okay.
Yeah. I assume you're gonna roll to like see if they see us.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
No, not really.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Once you get that close, they would definitely see you.
Mana gets Florin killed. This session.
I mean, this could be that you know
That could
Yeah.
be what's happening.
face peeler thing.
What are you doing? What would Florin do?
Yeah, what would Florin do? Florin would, actually, because now that I'm level 11, Florin would make Beatrice cast this spell, actually. And through proxy of Beatrice, he's going to cast Mental Prison.
Really? What, some random person?
Yeah, they're running away from a city after two giant things, like...
Don't
Yes.
question it. It's Florin. Don't
Okay.
question it. You'll
I
just
seems
feel
like a
bad.
do
wise
want to
decision.
say, you know
Huh?
nothing about this person. You're
I
just
mean-
going to immediately cast a 5th level spell.
Oh my
Which
god.
does
I can't
damage,
ju-
by the
no,
way.
nobody judge. We can't say anything. We're not there.
I want to know what you'll do, but I'm just telling you that is what
Actually,
you're
hold
doing.
on, hold on.
No,
can't-
it's too late.
This would kill most things.
It would, yeah, I know. That's why, like,
Like
hold
there's
on.
there's no save for the damage. You just take it. So I'm
Hold
just
on.
warning you. You're using a very you're shooting someone with a gun. That's the way to do it. You're chasing someone mildly suspicious and then just immediately shooting them the second you can with a Barrett 50 caliber. It's not even a pistol. You're shooting a Barrett 50 caliber at some random person. You can do it. I'm just
What's
warning
your
you.
LFIC?
No,
A little bit.
we're not there.
Okay.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I will get close to them I will actually get Beatrice within 30 feet of this motherfucker, and I will through proxy cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay.
Why do you do these?
That's not as bad.
Not as bad.
Well, it's gonna
Well, if
help
it
them
can't
at least.
understand, okay.
It's
Tell
gonna
a joke,
help it.
motherfucker.
Actually, because Beatrice can't speak, the only thing you hear come out of her like mouth is penis,
Okay.
and yeah,
Did
now
you
that's
say penis?
penis.
So this very hissing, weak imitation of a voice
Yeah.
bats out a noise that might be misconstrued as penis in the right light on the right day.
Yeah.
Because I think that's fine.
And then
Setting so many precedents for shit that's probably gonna fuck me over.
so with
What's
saving
the save?
Wisdom.
What is the DC? I mean,
Oh, it's a spell save DC of 15.
that is exactly 15.
Oh no!
So this happens,
Dang.
and in a jolt of movement, they turn around, glance at the snake, and then see you past it. And then they are going to bolt. And when I say bolt, I mean they are going to run an unimaginably fast speed.
Oh my god.
They dig their feet in, and they just start rocketing away from you. You've never seen someone run this fast.
Are they Naruto running? Coo.
Am I still like? How far were they from me now?
After casting the spell,
Mhm.
I'll just say you're going back and forth in like initiative. This is all happening simultaneously. So theater of the mind. You got Beatrice within 30 feet. They would bolt. They're instantly going to be 70, 80. Are you going to continue to chase?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
But,
You're there. What are you doing?
my god, I regret this.
Everyone stop. Everyone
I'm
stop.
having Beatrice cast Ray of Frost.
What?
Okay.
This is.
Everyone judging.
So
What a.
I will take that the range spell attack. And,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. 15 plus 7, 22.
That hits.
Okay, so that'll be a solid. Let's see, we're at 11, so 3d8. Okay, 3 plus 8, 11, plus 5, 16, and its speed is reduced by 10 until.
Hang on one second, just
Oh,
real
boy.
quick. I need to make sure I'm playing the game right.
That's fine.
No, you're good. So
Okay, hold
it's a
on.
ranged spell
Can-
attack, right?
Can I interject with something? Not deciding what floor. At this point, Mana has told the others that she told Florin to go fucking chase after the thing.
Yeah.
And Kenya was immediately going to say, "Are you sure it wasn't that horrible monster we were told about, the one that was following us?"
Just to like.
I
Just
thought we
like-
established
And
that
Flo-
he's squishy, and that he can't
And
go
Florin
fight
was
things.
just punched by a minotaur.
I feel like it was stupid to send one person out alone after we just fight a bunch of fucking Minotaur. I feel like it was a useful
It was
decision.
kind of in the heat of the moment, and also because he's the fastest one out of all of us. But you know what? I should have hopped on that fucking broom. He's probably fucking dead by now.
Florin, make a
Oh,
wisdom saving
Christ.
throw.
Oh, no!
Yay!
Oh
Ah,
my
God damn it.
God.
Which way did he go?
Yeah,
Okay.
can we try to follow?
Yeah, you've
Alright.
begun follow at this point.
Oh, that's super good. 18 plus 5, 23.
Okay. So. I'm just making sure. I have to read so many things to make sure this is not fucked.
No,
Colt
you're
sweating
fine.
profusely.
Okay. So your attack does hit. How much damage does it do?
It did 16.
16. Okay. Does Ray of Frost do anything else other than damage?
Did cold damage, and whether until the end of the creature's next turn.
Their speed
10
is
feet.
reduced by 10 feet. Okay, so they
Yeah.
they start running a little bit less, but they're still booking it away from you.
Oh my god.
Like at this point, you're kind of seeing what their top speed is. It's about
Mhm.
at matching point with your broom.
Oh my god!
Like your broom dashing.
Oof.
They're moving about 100 feet around too.
Okay.
Actually, they would be running. No, they would be running way faster. I'm just kidding. Yeah, they have much faster speed than your broom. They would outrun at eventually they would be able to get away from Beatrice. Like they are a fast motherfucker.
Okay. Well, how long has it been approximately? A few minutes? Or
And it's been a total after that first spell and they started booking it. It's been 10 seconds.
Oh, great. Okay, I will try one more thing.
Okay. At this point, like to stay with them, you've gone down into the forest to make sure you can keep your eye on them. So you're only like 15 feet off the air, kind of weaving between trees.
Okay.
It's like a Naruto chase scene.
Yeah. We are fighting.
Oh my god.
Mm,
How many of you are running and chasing this, by the way?
I'm going
Yeah.
after Florian. I'm not chasing whatever the fuck it is, but I'm going after Florian.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
make perception check because you're gonna be leading this. I'll just say Ferris make a perception check and see if you can find them because they're really fast.
That's pretty fucking good. 23.
Okay, you see some leaves that have moved through the trees that are falling, and you kind of get an idea which direction they're going. So you're moving.
Everyone,
What are
this
you
way.
doing?
Yeah. Florin is going to cast Hold Person.
Okay,
Oof.
what's the save on that?
Wisdom saving throw.
It's 15, same?
Yeah.
It's a 16.
Oh.
So 14 plus 2. They book it, and they are much too fast for you to even consider chasing them.
Okay.
So they're completely gone, and you come to a slow as you realize this.
Okay. Well, Florin's gonna start heading back and like start cursing and like underneath his breath with like little like swears here and there. It's like fuck. What the fuck was that? What?
How do you say fuck in German?
I don't know, but you know what? He doesn't know how to say
Fucking
shit.
German.
And that is Scheiße.
Scheiße.
Okay, so after about 20 or 30 more seconds, you run into your group who's chasing after you, Lauren.
Hello, everyone.
Holy
Did you
shit,
find
you're
anything?
lying.
Where the fuck did you go?
Well, Mana said there was a person running away, and I was like, oh, yeah, maybe they are the person who summoned whatever the fuck was going on here.
And,
Or
and so,
I don't know.
and so
So-
you thought it'd be best to run off completely alone when you're half dead.
No, I'm doing fairly well. Actually, Kaniel helped
Yeah, but you
patch
die
me
like all the
up.
fucking time. Like it's
Yeah.
my fault for telling you to go off on your own, but
Florian, a strong breeze can knock you
I thought
over.
you were like smart.
Wow.
Just looks very like, wow.
Mana looks at Harry also.
Carrie
Well,
cast a clap back at level 5.
as opposed to letting something run rampant, I would prefer to see if I could catch it first or not. I'm sorry if I let my feelings overwhelm me.
Well, did you get a good look at it at least, so we can keep an eye out in the future?
Did I get a good look at it?
You did. You got fairly close to it. I think at your closest, you were probably about 50 feet from it. It looks to be a human, dressed in a kind of baggy coat with these 2 sleeves that seem to cover their hands.
Okay.
You notice as they ran, they did not wear shoes. You get a sense from their build just looking at them. It was probably male, maybe. Really short hair that looked like they had like shaved recently within the past like month. So it's just really short, nothing hair. And let's see, what was your perception to find them? Just make
15
another
or
perception
16.
check retroactively. We'll see if you got like a super good look or not.
Sure. Ooh, okay, 22.
22. Yeah. The other thing you notice as they looked back when you originally cast your first spell, their face from their nose, like covering their nose and mouth, was this very intricate, smiling, demonic-looking mask. It was like black with like blue teeth, and it covered their nose and mouth.
Okay. I will relay this information to the group. So, if anything of that description sounds familiar to you, maybe it will assist us in the future.
They were humanoid, you said, right?
Yeah, they had a blue mask covering their face, so I could not determine it. 100%.
Listen, I would love to go off and try and hunt whatever the fuck that was, or whoever the fuck that was. But at the moment, I feel like we've got more pressing matters. I feel like this village that's kind of in ruins and very unsafe right now.
Yeah, I. That's why I went alone. Understandably, we should
That's
head back. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
How did they outspeed you, though? That broom of yours is fairly quick.
Oh yeah, they well, Beatrice here is quicker than I am, and they were even quicker than her. So yeah, something to take note of.
Were they wearing any, like, fancy boots or something?
Nope, barefoot.
What the fuck?
Huh.
Mana looks at her own feet. Okay, well, we should go back to Edenbrook.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Kenyel's already going back.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
heading back.
Okay, so y'all make your way back. At this point, most of the people have left their home. They're recovering bodies, making sure there's no one left.
I'm just gonna like BRB for like 10, but like I'll be around listening.
Okay.
So we can assume from what we knew before that the aid of the strongest were sent out to go fight the things, that Dalton was perhaps one of them and that he died in that.
Yes. As you return, you find Mary looking at half of a body, the lower half, basically severed right where the ribs are. And you recognize, the longer than average human legs of what was once Dalton Rivers. You also see several of the other villagers either maimed in some way or also feasted upon by the creatures. They're all being gathered up by whoever's left. There's several people crying. There's several people who just have absolutely no idea what to do. And you notice there is 3 people that are just constantly patrolling the outer region of the village to make sure nothing else is coming. At this point, it is night, and lanterns start being lit. It's very dark. It's very sad.
I'll take up patrol with the other 3 because I've got like the sight and everything.
Okay.
Kenyel's going to keep carrying as much he can for the wounded.
Okay.
Unsure if they'll let him, but if needed, he might help with the burials.
Oh yeah, they seem very
whatever.
eager. It seems that the gnomish woman Maud has been dealing with most of the healing, so having actual magical spells to assist would be very helpful.
I'll be patrolling the inside of town to see if anything just sort of looks awry or suspicious, I guess.
Okay.
Mana will take a short rest for the next hour.
So Mana, you basically spend time with the majority of the people that have now moved inside to one of the larger homes that has a larger dining room. Most people just seem to want to be together tonight. You see a lot of people with that red string around both their hands. A lot of people praying. A lot of people just seemingly at a loss. Eventually, all of you do receive food. They were still, stewing something for the rest of the day. It's good food. Throughout all of this, Nora has been in the center of town. And she is currently, and I'm assuming, though they can't respond, with Florin's help, working on a large, strange ritualistic circle. And unless anyone would like to do anything, we can bed down for the night.
It's in the center of town, right?
Yes, basically in just the biggest open spot she can do. It's about, from end to end, it's about like 12 feet.
You're able to walk up over to Florin and or Norris and just sort of peer at what you're doing.
Do you say anything or just watching?
I'm just watching for now. I imagine within a couple minutes I'll probably be like, what you doing? And Norris
Nora has
specifically.
tied her hair back up. It had kind of fallen astray, and she's tied it all back in like a loose ponytail. And she's, shed some of her layers, and she is just working tirelessly on making this very complicated-looking circle on the ground. I am going to help some people the best way I know how.
And why would that be exactly?
Because I know what it is like to lose someone in a tight-knit community. And she keeps setting stuff up, Lauren helping the best they can. Make an Arcana check.
Oh boy, I'm bad at this shit.
Damn it. Have I completed my short
Okay.
rest? Or am I still resting?
We'll say sure.
12 minus 1, 11.
Minus.
You have no idea what she's doing, but it looks really cool.
Oh boy, it looks really fucking cool.
Mono, we had Mono approach, and I will ask, what spell are you guys trying to cast?
I am going to try and do something that I did a very long time ago for a dear friend. You've met with Tapa, yes?
Yeah.
Well, she was not always a gnome. She was, at one point in her life, human.
Reincarnate. Is that it?
Yes. I'm going to try and bring back as many as I can. Well, as many as... as many as Godfrey can bring me back components for. I've sent him back home as fast as his little wings can take him. And I'm going to try and do some good.
Reincarnate.
Kenyel is Kenyel able to hear this, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Kenyel looks over and says, materials, as in, from my understanding of most of this magic, diamonds are required.
No, we're not.
That's not the revival.
That's a bit too much right now.
I figured.
Right now, I'm just trying to. I've talked with what's her name? This man's wife, the
Mary.
leader of the village, Mary.
Mary.
Yes. I've talked with her, and I asked if she would like me to try at least to bring some form of her husband back. From talking with the people in this village and helping who you can, Kenyel, you, Mana, you, Lauren, Perry, as you've discussed with the guards a bit, this entire village seemed to hang on Dalton. He was a very integral part of this place, and they seem a bit lost without him. There doesn't seem to be anyone else who is prepared to step up. It seems that his son is trying to do the best he can, but everyone's still in a pretty big state of shock.
Are these materials something that you can find in the forest? Is there any way I can help or something?
No, not exactly. I keep these on me as well, if just in case something awful happens. I tried to bring what I thought would be necessary. I don't have many back at the lighthouse, but it doesn't matter. I just need rare oils, very specific mixtures. They're hard to cultivate. It takes much time that we don't seem to have. I don't believe I can do this after a week or so has passed. I don't think it works. When it was Tapa, and we did it pretty much immediately after she
died.
Yes, but the circumstances of her death were a result of carelessness. It was messy. The
Even if you do bring these people back, you know this village is probably going to go to shit, right?
well, I'm going to try and stop that because I told Godfrey to retrieve Grom, and this was going to be his new home.
Grom?
The giant.
The giant.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
We never talked about that, did we?
no,
No,
meant
I
to
don't
speak
believe I've
to
had the
him, but I
pleasure.
never had a chance.
Yeah, what's the deal with that giant?
It is basically, in so many words, my baby. I've worked on his body for months and months and brought him back to the world of the living in so many words. He's not a revived giant, so to speak. He's a created one. I modeled him after what true giants used to look like, eons ago, an untold amount of time. He's a sort of project, seems a bit too scientific, but I suppose that's what he is. I love him dearly. He's a fascinating creature, and he's helped us do a lot. But now, he's going to protect this place.
Have you
So,
spoken to the villagers about this yet? Or is that
I have not,
come there?
but I don't think they would be objecting much after what has happened to their village to have a giant protecting them. If Grom were here, he could have thrown those creatures into space.
well, sounds pretty strong.
Where's that?
Up. Forever.
Oh, interesting.
He is a gentle creature, but when he becomes angry, I've helped him do many a thing. He is very driven, and he loves me dearly, which is good, because I'm not sure how he's going to like living here. And she's still like messing with this giant arcane circle that's just like laying out these little bits of purple powder, broken roots, just like all these complicated components with these selected bottles that she's dug little holes and placed into the ground so they don't move, all in this big circle.
So, was he protecting your little settlement before?
Yes, he has once or twice when something, scary comes by. There's tons of wildlife, of course, but he's mostly a gentle creature. His favorite pastime is carving into stone.
Aren't you a little wary of what might happen to your place after you bring him here?
Well, the goal, in the end, of me even coming to Glass Team is to bring my people out of the Wildlands and back into Glass Team. So hopefully they won't be there for long. But even if they are, it's not as if we needed Grom to protect us. Tapa and Thatcher are very capable, and a great many members of my community have swung a weapon or fired a bow, and most of them can even do magic. So
Fair enough.
I know it's a long shot, but I don't suppose Kanyel could poke around and see if anyone has diamonds that they could use to at least do something.
It's Philly.
Probably not, but
you can
I think it's
This
worth a
farming
shot.
village.
if you would like. It is up to you.
Kano goes mining. Back, y'all.
Big
How
old
hard
mine.
can it be?
Just starts mining in the middle of
Minecraft
town.
episode.
Right
Never
in the
dig
middle
straight
of the
down.
ritualistic
Can you
circle.
never dig straight down?
No,
Daniel's
I
career
don't
path is
think it's worth a
Minecraft.
shot. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
Kano
I assume
becomes
if someone had
Sugimoto.
known or had any, they would have brought it out.
Yeah.
This is a small town. Probably not too many fancy jewels.
It's like 100 people, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a small populace, probably like 150, 200 maybe. That's pushing it.
Yeah.
Did you eat too fast and die, Kana? Are you okay?
No, I'm here now.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're not like hurting yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you for the.
Okay. I would like for you
Mhm.
to make a check. Make a. I would say for you to make a general dexterity check.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, yeah, sure. You can do
Roblox.
this. Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, okay. That's 14 plus 2, 16.
16. Okay, so you have pretty competently helped your aunt create this large transmutation circle
Woo! Human transmutation, baby.
near the end
Does
of
he say that?
yeah near the end of the creation. A couple of the people come out, including Mary, who is still just this blank, emotionless expression. You can tell she's cried a bit. You can kind of see the dried tears in her face. Her eyes are a bit red, but she's very stern and just in place. And she's just looking down at what Nora's doing.
Hello. How are you?
I want my husband back.
We Auntie should well, we are doing whatever we can to help repair the damage that has gone.
Will he come back the same? Will he be himself? I don't want a fake. I want him.
What's more important to you, his memories or how he looks?
Memories.
Then it will be him if all goes well. It will be him.
Okay.
I will do everything I can to ensure that it will be.
Nora goes and she retrieves, with the help of one of the villagers she's spoken with, the remains of Dalton, which are just a pair of legs and a bit of his torso. They lay it in the center of the circle very gently. Nora goes over to you, Florin, and takes your hand and clasps it. You're going to help me do this, okay?
Of course.
So you step to one side of the circle, Nora steps to the other. Nora looks about the group. All of you have experience with magic of some kind.
Yeah.
She's looking to
We do.
Ferris, to Mana, to Kenyel.
Yeah.
Where is Perry?
Where's Barry?
Where's
He's
that?
off, like, doing patrols.
I'll go get Perry.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get Perry.
Okay, so you go get Perry.
Hey,
Are we
come on,
going
come
to join in this
on. Alright, Perry.
thing, the ritual or something?
Hello.
Alright, get the fuck over here for a second, yeah?
Couldn't you ask me, like, a little bit nicer?
No, get over here.
God. Fine.
Alright, I'm gonna lead Perry back into the town.
Okay, so you all return. You are all, Perry's brought to speed with the situation. I would like for everyone to find your place around this circle, and you need not know too much. All you need to do is focus on the remains, and then Florin and I are going to do the rest. She places her hands together in this kind of prayer position and fans her fingers, pulls her palms apart, and kind of makes this motion like she's holding this singular orb in her hands. The tips of her fingers begin to blacken, move towards her palm, overtake her wrist, and a bit down her forearm. Florin, what do you do when you're helping cast the spell?
So Nora's probably gives him like a little bit of like procedure of what's going on, and like he spent all that like time studying with her and like reviewing her notes and like going over the theories and practicum of how this magic works. So right now he's like kind of like feeling the magic from like everything like flow into him, and like you can kind of see this because he has like his like arms outreach, like palms to the floor, where you can see like faint, intricate like bits of energy go towards him. And much like Nora, his like fingertips are blackened and like it like ever so slightly like deepens up towards his arm. Not that you can see much behind his robes, but yeah. And then you can see him like mumbling under his breath some like little like enchantments and like just that kind of stuff. Where you can see he's very, very focused on.
Kenyel, what do you do?
Sorry, I lost connection a bit there. What you ask?
What are you doing to assist with the spell?
I believe that what Kanyel is going to do is going to be to pray. He's going to focus on the remains and pray.
Okay.
And I don't know if the cleric divine intervention feature would be involved there.
If you would like to attempt to use it, you can.
I think he will. Just because he feels like they might as well help.
And this is your divine intervention.
I posted into the Roll20.
Okay. Yeah, so you can roll your die.
That would be a D100, correct? Percentile die?
Yes.
Darn. Nope. God ain't listening.
You try to contact Nicole, and while you do feel that connection, it doesn't resonate the way you kind of thought it would. But you are attempting your best. Ferris, what do you do?
Being as I'm the least magically inclined of the group, I'm gonna basically do what I can, knowing that sort of when I know the nature of reincarnate, that it's like more of a wild or druidistic magic.
Right now it looks like witch magic. You didn't roll very high.
That's true.
You know it's some form of large, complicated transmutation.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put palms down onto the circle, kneel, and just sort of slow my breathing to almost a near halt, and exhale slowly, and just focus incredibly hard on the remains, and let the little magic that I have in connection with the forest and the wild just sort of spread down through my arms and in my fingertips and to the ground.
Okay. Mana, what do you do?
Mana will step into the circle, and so as not to disturb the like the shape of it, like the makings of it, like the dust and whatever. She will kind of like scoot dirt, like kind of drag her foot into like around shoulder width apart, and then in druidic fashion, she starts to or I start to do a series of like hand motions and like these are typically things that she would do when she's casting her spells. So it's a bunch of like hand motions, swaying, and arcane mutterings and stuff like that. And that's about it. She might glow a little bit.
Okay.
Glow.
So with all of you working together on your first communal witch spell, your attempt to reincarnate the body of Dalton Rivers. And let's see what happens.
Wait.
Oh no, it's not even that. It's a D100. Excuse me.
Oh boy.
I thought it was a D20, I don't know why.
Oh.
Wow. 66.
Hmm.
As opposed to the 67. Ha! Wow. There is this brief pulse of energy that seems to not only radiate from the circle, but into the ground. And it's this booming bass sound that stretches around. You can hear some of the wood in the buildings creak like the earth started to creak and ache. Nora is muttering, do any of you speak Celestial?
No.
I do.
I do
Kenya,
not.
you can understand Nora. Nora is saying, bring him back. Bring him back as he was. And she's emphasizing that over and over in this beautiful, flowing, celestial tongue. And up from where Mana is standing, these roots and bits of leaves start to flow and wrap around one of the ankles. Kenya, as you're focusing on this one spot, this little flower starts to bloom. And slowly the petals turn green and sickly and fall away against the body and stick to it. Florin, your eyes kind of go blurry for a minute as you stare, and you remember the face so vividly of what Dalton Rivers looked like. Ferris, you feel your fingers sink into the ground, and you feel just how cold it is. Just this unsettling, cold darkness. Perry, you, as you're focusing on this, feel very strange. For a moment, your vision turns completely black, and you're back in that place you were in your dream.
Okay. Can I...
Make a perception check.
Okay. That too, that works.
Yep.
That's not, like, great. 15?
50? You look around for a bit, and this time, after you've been in the space before, you're more eager to move forward. So you take a few steps. And as you step around this one tree that you once saw that odd raven, that gigantic creature disappear around, you see a man. A man wearing no clothes, with these dark circles under his eyes. He looks very tired. He looks to you. You've met this man. This is Dalton Rivers, just as he was in life. What do you do?
Dalton.
He seems completely blank in the face.
Does he seem to recognize me at all?
He doesn't seem to acknowledge you. He's just kind of zombie-like walking.
Ooh.
I go over to him and I take his hand. And then I kind of like look up into the trees. I don't know if you're here or if you can do anything, but if you can, Mary really wants her husband back, and I like Mary a lot, and I mean, maybe you can help. Can you help? Can you help us bring him back? My religion sucks. Okay. 11.
You say this, and then the silence overcomes you. You still feel his hand in yours. And this gentle squeeze starts to happen. And he squeezes your hand back.
I look over to him. Does he seem to recognize? Or
his eyes have closed and tears are running down his cheeks. And his hand starts to shake in yours for a second.
Dalton, do you want to come back?
You hear this loud whooshing sound. these two wings moving faster and faster. You keep squeezing your hand tighter and tighter. And you see in the distant forest this black shadow moving towards you faster and faster. That same raven that you saw before, this giant, imposing creature flapping just in time to move its wings away from the trees and flare them back out when there's space, comes at you faster and faster and faster. And the mouth opens up and you see that same porcelain mask. And then your vision turns white as it collides with you. You open your eyes and there's this burst of black energy that overtakes the body and blows all of you back 3 feet. The ground shakes, and the whole circle starts to twist, the ground itself looking like it's being clawed and pulled into the center. And in this giant puff of black smoke, there's suddenly a human man standing there. It is the complete and exactly as he was, Dalton Rivers, just naked.
Holy shit.
Fuck, Colt.
He looks exhausted. His eyes are incredibly dark, like he hasn't slept in weeks, and his wife runs up, wraps her arms around him and hugs him, and he slowly seems to come into himself, hugs her back. Everyone in the village starts to look on in awe, not really sure if what they're seeing really happened. Hey, what's everybody doing? I'm naked.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Oh dear.
You got pretty drunk last night. It was real fucked up.
I guess his clothes didn't reincarnate with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyone want to? You know what? That's not my problem.
I'm gonna take my cloak out of my bag and just sort of throw it over Dalton.
He
he's
just kind
not-
of nods his head.
Dalton now has an advantage on stealth checks.
As soon as Dick just isn't flopping out in the wind.
He's running his hand over his
If
wife's
you
head. His son comes up running in from one of the buildings and wraps his arms around his mother and his father, squeezes them both really tight. The village starts to come to, realizing what they just saw was very much real. There's crying, eruption of praise, happiness. There seems to be this renewed light that has come back to the village, even though it is still a very sad day. What are all of you doing?
Mana's gonna
Danielle.
step away from the crowd, I guess, but just still.
I guess I'm gonna stand up and wipe the dirt off of me and just sort of wait in the back.
Kenyo walks over to the little flower that grew and takes a look at it. Has it just withered away to nothing, or is it still there?
As you touch it, it just turns to this black gray ash, disappears in your hand.
I think Perry's just sitting there absolutely bewildered.
Lauren's gonna ask if Nora's okay. How are you feeling?
Oh my god. That
Think-
was too much.
Yeah, you should get some rest. You've done a lot today, turn into a giant ape.
Yes. I suppose I have. Damn it. It takes a lot out of me. I wish I was younger.
Time's arrow marches only forward. You did something incredible today. We all helped you with that.
Yes, you did. You did so well. I'm so
Doc-
proud of you. And it's bittersweet, I suppose. I don't have enough materials to save anyone else.
Even one little justice is more than enough.
She kind
Something-
of shrugs and nods.
Something like this is, by any normal means, a miracle. You shouldn't feel so disheartened. And I think Florence gonna hug Nora.
She hugs you back. As the night moves on, Dalton seems to slowly retain the memories of what happened. Gets his normal clothes back on, returns your cloak, Ferris. And about an hour or so after the whole ordeal happens, on some food and water. He spends some time privately speaking with Nora. They seem to make this sort of connection. These people from two very different types of living, and Dalton, by comparison, so much younger than she is, but still this kind of accepting, wiser old presence, very much despite his, middle-aged human years.
Mm-hmm.
And the town starts to move with a bit more purpose. The rest of the bodies are respectfully buried. Even before the night is over, it seems there is a bit of a stigma surrounding not burying the dead the moment you can. There are quite a few people that spend a lot of time in the church. There are quite a few people that spend time repairing buildings. And it is a strange night of both incredible sadness and surreal hope. You can tell a lot of these people are emotionally exhausted, as they were basically just, robbed of something and then given just a piece back. And it is strange. You can see these people have not really faced something so wildly violent before. They are very shaken. And you can tell just from who they have patrolling the village, none of these people are warriors. None of these people are trained. They're like people with a spear, a guy with a sword, and it's like a sword their grandfather gave them, and it's old and not very sharp. And it's a couple people with crossbows and bows. These people have not experienced something like this before. Would anyone like to do anything before the night ends and you take a long rest?
I'm gonna just to make sure there's no beasties coming in the night. I'm gonna do my primeval awareness again and see if there's any fiends within a fucking mile of us.
Let me roll. You do not see any fiends.
Okay.
You do not sense that presence you kind of look for in the forest.
Did you do this alone, Ferret?
I did.
Okay.
Anyone else like to do anything?
I'm gonna do just one more perimeter check to. I mean, obviously Ferris did his thing, but Perry's gonna look and see if there's actually anything else that could be a threat.
Okay.
Lana will
Make
do
an
the
investigation check, we'll say.
Okay. Investigation?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. Bad. 4.
You don't find anything that would indicate any more dangers. You double check with everyone on patrol watch. You speak with a couple of the other people on watch as they don't really know who you are, so they, pretty much anyone who you haven't talked to before stops and speaks with you, kind of trying to figure out why you're even here. Then, you speak with them. The thing you keep hearing from everyone is like something like this just doesn't happen. At the most, they've had like a wild boar or two that they would have to deal with, which would not, be too much trouble. But monsters like this, they only exist deeper into Heimel. Nothing comes this close. And none of them know why that was or why that has stopped. But there's also talks of, building a fence and stuff like that. Some kind of actual perimeter protection. Also, in addition, the two bodies of the giant gore bowls are burned.
Oof.
Yeah, just in a giant pyre, along with anything else that needed to go with them. What's left behind are these two giant glaives, much too large for anyone, under 10 foot tall to use.
I could wild shit now. Okay.
Is there anything special about the glaives? You said before that they had like a glowing red edge.
Would you like to spend time and investigate them?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I'll say for you, make an investigation check.
Boy, I'm bad at those too. Okay.
What are you good at, Ferris? Trying to throw you a bone.
He's really good at shooting.
I can make you roll Arcana or Investigation, whichever is your preference.
Those are both intelligence, so I'm going to be bad at either one.
Okay.
Yeah. I was watching my Thomas on the
2 minus 1, 1.
It's a big glaive. It's really heavy, and it's a pain in the ass to even flip it over to look at the other side. There's nothing really special about it. You do see. No, you don't see shit. You rolled nothing.
I can't give you the
slightest thing, man. You rolled so bad.
Do I see Ferris looking at these?
Yeah, every now and then your patrol you've gone by the pyre, which is where they've been left.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna use my new invocation, Eldritch Sight, which allows me to cast Detect Magic at will.
Okay, they are not magical.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much the only thing that lights up is Ferris.
They're not magic. You're welcome. And Perry finger guns and walks away.
Why finger guns?
It's just 3 in the morning.
Mono watches this exchange and is like, what the fuck?
And then he goes and sits over by the well because he's gonna, I guess, sit in the square all night, just in case.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything?
I guess I'll stay up all night too. That's it.
And he'll probably keep working until he goes and curls up on a bed somewhere.
Okay.
If there's any available.
Going to bed.
Florin actually, he wants to talk to Kaniel. He'll see Kaniel working. He can kind of tap him on the shoulder. He's like, can I ask you something? Oh.
I guess not. I guess not.
I know.
Did you die? Did you hear
No,
anything?
What'd I do?
No.
wanted to talk to Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you've caught him while he's awake, he's probably still looking over.
Yeah, he's gonna do that, and he's gonna just kind of tap him on the shoulder, and he's like, "Do you mind if I just talk with you for a moment?"
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
Is something the matter?
It's I'm just kind of curious. Kanya, do you just only have faith in your goddess? Or do you do you only put your like he's like having difficulty trying to like come up with like the words, but essentially he's just, do you believe in like your own abilities?
This sounded vaguely offensive.
Are
Do
you
you
asking
believe
if I believe that my goddess exists?
No. I very obviously you do. What
Yes.
I mean is, do you have like confidence with your own self? This is coming out really bad, probably.
I was just kind of staring at Florin like, what?
Like, listen. Everyone has been under the impression I make very rash judgments, but that's because I have faith in my own abilities. I'm just wondering, like, should I not? Is like I don't know who to really ask about this to, because, well, aside from you, everyone seems to have it out for me, and I don't know. I guess religious figures, I'm used to seeing them and talking to them because growing up in Olympia, confession was just a place I could go talk to with my problems.
Yikes.
That is a lot to be asked this late.
I'm very sorry about that.
Ah,
It's just been dwelling on my mind for a little bit.
well, starting from the beginning there, I am confident that though my power may be gifted to me by Nicole, that I am a capable wielder of it. But at the same time, my people have often said that trust in the gods, but do not rely on them. It is better to put yourself in a situation, win, and trust that the gods will make it even a better victory than it would have been, than to go into a hopeless situation hoping the gods will somehow make it right. At least, if at all possible. And I believe that you are more than capable with your abilities. We have seen that. You are able to cast spells that I can cast, but at a level far beyond I've ever seen.
Hmm.
But you are... He thinks for a moment how to put this delicately. You are wearing robes, and you are fairly thin.
E-
I
Yeah.
don't want to put it as bluntly as you are easy to kill, but you are. And I do not think they have it out for you. I think they are worried for you.
They're rather
We are
harsh
not,
about that.
we are not as fast as you are. If you fly off on, we might not be able to help you. Of course, most of these times these things have come to you, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the honesty, and let's be and being forthright here. Anything very well could snap me in half like a branch. I'm sure. I've grown up with a lot of independence, so functioning in a group isn't exactly easy. It's hard for me to really not exactly play along, I guess.
I have spent the past few years wandering a desert alone. I know how you feel.
Yeah, I believe you would.
Seeking answers is lonely work, but it doesn't have to be.
Those are some very wide words from you. I'll keep those in mind.
I have 16 wisdom. They should be wise.
Yeah. do you now? Sorry, just one last thing before I guess retire. Uh, do you believe that we can help everyone out here?
Here in Edenbrock?
Here in Hymo, this place, we are doing things for the king. I don't know how long this will go on, but do you think that we will actually be able to truly help them?
I think we will be able to improve things. We will be able to assist. But we are one group. It's rare that individuals can turn the path of nations. And I do not know about you, but I do not feel like a man could turn the path of an entire kingdom. I am not that confident in my abilities.
Hmm.
Who knows? At the very least, in the process of searching for answers, we may answer questions we don't even have yet. Though, so far we seem to have only found more.
It'll end up being a leap of.
As has most of our adventures so far.
Yeah, and he just kind of like chuckles and like, well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
It is no trouble.
If I ever feel troubled, am I welcome to come talk to you again, or is this a not too often kind of basis?
For a moment, Kenyo worries about putting himself out as the therapist of the group, but then realizes they probably need it.
Way to call us out.
You're a doctor, right?
He thinks
Does
of the
that mean you're also a therapist?
He thinks
Can
of the
you
rest
fix
of the
my
group
brain?
and decides.
You fixed
Yeah.
my leg, but can you fix my traumas?
So tell me about your mother.
I don't have one. No.
I haven't said anything yet. Okay. Shit.
I think I cannot promise I will always have answers to give, but I will always have ears to listen. I hope.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh my god!
clever
That-
jokes.
And he's actually like smiling because that was a joke, but you can't actually tell.
It's
because
just
of
the
the
blank
mask.
mask for everything.
like, despite how crude that is, Florin actually does have a crude sense of humor, so he's
Oh my
actually like
God.
really loving it. He like chuckles and he's like, well,
Gosh, it's
let's,
hideous laugh right now.
let's hope that it stays a day where you can hear and see everyone. I really appreciate it. I'll try not to trouble you too much, of course. And well, have a lovely night, Kanya.
Sleep well, Florin.
I will try. And he goes off on his broom, unless there's like anyone else there, and if not, then just go to bed.
Mana is creeping on them again.
She's sleeping.
Oh. In her sleep.
Oh, Jesus.
Sleepwalking. Because Mana has to witness every scene.
Just imagine like Mana's one eye like snapping open, like veins all around it.
It's like the lantern eye, but
No, she's casted scrying from her in her sleep.
Jesus.
No.
Okay, is anyone else doing anything before bed?
Mana snores.
Perry's not going to bed.
Ferris isn't going to bed.
Pears. Okay.
But,
Okay. For those of are not going to bed, make perception checks.
No.
okay, 15?
Oh. Perception?
Yeah.
8?
Okay. You see nothing. It's a normal night.
Okay.
It's a pretty average night. You know, the most interesting thing that happens is the crickle and crackle of giant bull humanoids being burned.
Do they smell nice?
No, they do not.
They don't smell like
No,
beef?
it smells
Oh my
like
god.
No, it's flesh, you fucking.
Everything
It's not like cooking meat. It's more like a tire fire, but like it smells like you have a nosebleed and you keep checking your nose thinking like, oh god, but it's not. It's just like the air smells like copper now. It's
Yeah.
not good. Little pocket pennies. Okay, so everyone except for Ferris and Perry, you receive a long rest.
Oh my god.
Ferris and Perry, you both have a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay. That means what again?
Means you have disadvantage on all roll 20s. Like every time you roll a d20, you have disadvantage.
Oof. Okay.
Any ability check of any kind, I believe. Is
Get a
that
good night's
correct?
sleep, everybody.
Oh.
Make sure you don't pull any all
Yeah,
night.
you have disadvantage on any ability check.
Mm-hmm.
Just ability checks, not saving throws or nothing.
Just says ability check. So
Yeah, no, not
Okay.
I
saving
think
throws,
that
that's
counts
later.
saving throws, actually.
no, saving throws would
Yeah.
be 3
I
levels of
think,
exhaustion.
yeah, that's what I recall.
Gotcha.
Whoops.
If you stay up for a week long, you just die.
Mood.
That's just how the
I mean,
game works.
I think that's what happens, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think that happens in real life. You can't die from that.
You
You
No,
can.
you can.
You can
You
die
can?
from not
You
sleep.
absolutely can.
The longest a human can stay up is like 11 days before your body just shuts the fuck down. And you have to be like on some hard drugs to get up to 11 days.
Well, hopefully you're not doing more than that.
Yeah.
Ferris
So-
snorts up the Zune.
The day begins. You all sleeping in wherever you have been stationed to sleep. Some of you have been inside houses. Some of you go back to the medical ward, which is slightly full now for the first time in a while. But the day greets you. The normal sort of motions of the day kick back in, almost as if nothing happened. The only thing that, in addition to the smell of food cooking, is you do still smell those 2 bowls burning, as they're gigantic and they're probably still smoldering for quite a while. Yeah, but the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I like to get breakfast.
You
Mine.
get breakfast.
If anyone's making it, yeah.
Mono will meet up with
It's different people making it this time. It doesn't appear Mary is there. Throughout the morning, you don't see Dalton or Mary. You see Isaac is out there happily cooking. Seems to be. Looks like a weight came off his shoulders as he was basically about to be thrust into leading an entire village immediately. And you get the impression he's like 20 at most. Stocky fellow, just like his father, but still a bit nervous. People for the most part seem okay. You do see, a select few who seem more hurt than others, probably loved ones of those who died. But it is mostly, back to relative normalcy. You all get breakfast. So it's a similar breakfast to the day previous. A lot of eggs, bread, the standard fare.
Would we all be sitting in a group? Or...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're eating
Probably.
Thanksgiving style.
Yeah.
Did everyone sleep well last night?
Yep.
No.
I slept like a log. Haha, get it? Because I'm part of the tree.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for laughing. I've told this joke to my friends like 23 times and they got tired of it after the second time.
It's funny.
Thanks.
It's delightful.
Kind of hard to
Um,
make jokes after yesterday, but I tried.
So the second we're done with this, we should just check to make sure everything's okay, and then we should be on our way.
Yeah,
Yes,
best
we
not
do
to
need to
keep.
report to class time.
Well,
Yes, dear Walter can't wait for too long.
We should probably
I-
also mention that this place was attacked by fucking huge ass demons. I feel like that's
Obviously.
important.
listen, I agree, but they have no protection if we leave.
Well,
Can't
Just
just
can't
stay
fucking
here.
stay here.
we can
No,
split
but
up
we
then. If
can wait until Nora is able to bring her child
I'm
project
Oh.
giant.
Oh
Really
yeah.
trying.
Well, oh,
As you are all eating, Florin, Nora has borrowed your broom to kind of float up away from the town to kind of have a moment of silence to herself.
okay.
And she zips back down, riding sideways on it, and just gently steps off, pushes your broom back, and it flies right up next to your lower back and kind of supports you on the chair you're on. All right, I would love some food, and I would love to get out of here, as Grom is just about here. And she raises her
Oh.
finger, and you all kind of
Problem
listen
solved.
for a minute, and in the distance you hear,
Oh fuck.
Was
Oh wait, we should have told these people about this. Oh, they're gonna think it's
yeah,
another
a lot
monster.
of people
Oh.
start looking around nervously. And
Oh fuck.
It's nothing.
We need-
It's nothing.
We need to find.
Where's
Dalton
Dalton? Where's Dalton?
immediately.
Where's Dalton? Is Dalton here?
No,
No, you haven't
Ice
seen
Dalton is
any
here.
Dalton. You see the people who are cooking and a bunch of people coming out of their homes. A couple people already crying.
Perry goes and finds.
Isaac panicking and grabbing up one of the
fuck.
spears that have been left out.
Whoa.
I'm gonna fucking
Isaac,
shamble over
Isaac.
the Dalton's fucking.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. This is Nora has a gift.
Why
The
would you
gift is
phrase
coming.
it like that?
Told them, right. Nora's like
She
face palming, like, oh
Forgot
yeah.
to mention it. But everything's okay. Don't worry. He's good.
Out from the tree line, standing well above the tree line, pushes this giant through it. Its legs kind of covered in these little tiny cuts from branches as it's just barreled its way here. And it doesn't show much emotion in its face, but it doesn't look happy. And it stomps forward towards the village, and Isaac is trying to nervously call everyone down and say it's okay, even though he's not quite so sure.
Perry kind of helps a little bit, like, it's okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Can
Oh,
you say?
yeah.
Oh yeah, with disadvantage because you're exhausted.
I'm running
Kenya
up
was going to say to
fucking-
Nora, "Hey, can you make sure child does not cause trouble while we find the village leaders?"
Oh yes.
And
of
then
course.
Kenya was going to go look for Dalton.
I'm counting on Dalton's story.
Oh, okay.
12.
Not helping that much. There's just a lot of yelling, and a lot of people just don't believe you. Because there's a giant thing here, and it's really scary.
Would I lie to you? I saved your city.
Perry, you look like shit. You look like you hadn't slept all night.
I
You
didn't.
got like dark circles under. Oh my god.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to protect the city in case something else happened.
We should have taken shifts.
He
Florence
shrugs.
Did Dalton answer yet?
Mary actually answers, and she is like tilting the door open. She's going, "Okay, you got to give me 1 second.
Oh.
I need to switch accents, and I can't stop doing the British, and I have to be Southern again."
I thought you meant the very open thing. It's just like,
One second.
yeehaw, British.
It's sticky, okay? Accents are sticky. I gotta play every character.
Among other things.
So her hair is kind of messy, this kind of messy blonde mass, and she's like peeking around the door. Yeah, can I do something for y'all? What is that noise?
Yeah, I need to talk to Dalton, like, right fucking now. Like, it's really
Dalton's
important.
sleeping, and she's like looking down at you like, please go away.
There's a giant coming towards town, and, hold on, don't panic. Alright, so you know Nora, right?
Oh my god.
So, like,
Sweetheart, I
he
need you to get to the point right now because of this ground shaking.
Alright, Nora, giving us this coin to, like, protect the village so you don't get fucked up by a bunch of demons again. And you need to convince people of that so they don't go crazy.
Alright. And she slowly closes the door.
She is
And
having a
you wait
terrible.
for a bit as Isaac is still outside trying to calm a lot of people down. Most of the guards have, like, stationed up, and they're, like, shaking with their shitty spears and terrible swords as they stare up at something that
it's
could
okay.
flick them to death.
Florence
it's
can be on
okay.
his broom, and he's
Yeah,
like,
Nora has gotten on Florin's broom with Florin and flown up towards where Grom's head is, which is about 60 feet up. And she starts explaining to Grom in Giant. Do you speak Giant?
I do not, unfortunately.
So in this language you don't understand, she starts speaking in these these slow droning sounds, and Grom just like blankly stares at her. His eyeballs are just so big. You could hug an eyeball. Like it's just so big.
Yeah.
Behind his ear you see a sleeping cat, which is Godfrey.
God, you
Wings brought in just seems to be tucked in there quite happily.
Hello.
Behind your ears.
Nora snaps her fingers and snaps them again, and Godfrey, like, startles a little bit and just like, calms down in her lap. She talks to Grom for a little bit, who responds back. He doesn't even seem to notice that there's a bunch of people threatening his feet, which amounts to, 10 or so people with shitty weapons. At this point, Mary comes out very disheveled with like a shirt on and some pants, and that's it. And she starts, coming out, explaining to things. Over the course of the next 10 minutes or so, everyone slowly starts to calm down. Pretty much as she's done explaining to the last person, Mary, walks back past Kanyo and Ferris. He goes, "All right, I don't know what that is. Make sure it doesn't hurt anyone. That's great that she's trying to help out. Don't bother me, please, for the rest of the day. It's great meeting y'all. I don't know if you're leaving or not. Thanks for your help, but I'm gonna go keep having sex with my husband. Thank you very much." And she walks inside her house and slams the door.
They fucked.
Yeah, it's just like,
I had a feeling that was what they were doing, but I didn't want to say it.
Okay, well,
so soon after.
should we leave now?
Would you not? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess we are. Something I want to do is, so I have a bunch of weapons that I don't need.
Wait, what?
Like a fuck ton of weapons.
Where did you get those weapons from anyway? Out of curiosity.
They all just came from like my background and my class. So I leave the townsfolk with a light crossbow, 20 bolts, and 2 daggers and a quarterstaff.
Okay. So you just kind of equip those onto their outstanding weapon racks, or hand them off.
Yep. And I'm
It's
like,
the shed. It's a farm shed or something.
these might help you not suck a whole lot at defending a city.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm bad at words right now. I didn't sleep, but
No.
they'll help.
That was the most awkward thing you've ever
They are stronger weapons, or at the very least, they will be not as used, so they will be backups in case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isaac is kind of
Mana's
staring at
doing
all
like
of
that
you.
Gavin face, or just like uncomfortable.
Florence also gonna
Ivan,
leave
do
behind.
you know how
a
to
quarter
use
staff.
one of these? And I'm holding up a dagger at him. Do you know how to use one of these, Ivan? Isaac?
Put it down. Put it down. I think we should go now.
This
It
is
was
fucking-
nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting
I can't thank you enough, or the woman, the witch up there who saved my daddy. Is that creature really gonna not hurt us?
Yes,
Probably.
it will.
All of you
No.
kind of pop up an inch from the ground as you hear this, and the giant has now sat down and crossed its legs, and it raises both of its arms like over 3 houses. Its wingspan is so huge, and in this loud booming voice, in this very broken common, you hear "safe," and he's like gesturing at the whole town.
See?
He said
Safe.
safe.
I cannot
Yeah.
fault his enthusiasm.
It We are very confident that he will be able to just sit here and assist you guys however you will. Let's get going. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Can we just fucking go, please?
We're going. I fucking take Perry for before we
Okay,
get
so
started.
you all
Harry just kind of follows
unceremoniously,
along listlessly.
you make your way out of Edenbrock. Now,
Monica
looking
carries
back,
Perry.
the image of
Right.
Edenbrock is such a small town, and you look back now, and it just looks like there's just a big guy sitting and staring at it, like he's with like a play set, and it's very strange looking.
Kind of cute.
Yeah, Grom's a cute giant. Nora has been just sitting on Florin's broom, and it's just petting Godfrey. It's just this, fat little cat in her lap. So you all make your way back to Lusty.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the sort of back, what do you call? Not the tower. I mean,
Fire.
yeah, sure, we'll call it that. The spire where two walls meet in the rear of the castle. Let me bring up the Glassstein map.
Ah, home sweet home.
Oop.
I don't know about you lot, but this has been the weirdest fucking day, of my life.
Like
Um,
today specifically?
Yeah, today specifically. Well, I guess the past, 2 days, really. Ever since we went into fucking Lighthousen, it's just been one big weird.
Yeah.
I have to
Well,
agree with you there. It's been
Nothing.
a little more weird than I'm used to.
Nothing about glass time or Jaima seems to be exactly normal.
I sure hope it fucking gets normal real quick.
There's so many trees.
Normal is.
I hope you all know I take minor offense to you calling my home so strange.
It's
Oh,
not
we are-
strange in the bad
is
way.
strange.
It's just strange. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's
Well,
new. That's what
yeah.
it's cultural shock. That's what it's called.
Okay,
I'm
so
not a
you,
very cultured man.
Perhaps maybe I could talk to you about that sometime.
No.
All right.
so as you all reach on the map, it's at the top left. It's that little pink X I made. You reach up to the wall. The gate you exited out of is very small. It could only fit 3 people side by side walking through it at the time. As you reach 2 guards at the top, one a dark obsidian skin male, and then a more pale red-haired male, are pointing crossbows down at your group. Halt!
Hail and well met.
Hail
Who are
and well
you?
met. Where's
Me-
Derek?
We are.
Merrick. It's Merrick.
No, Derek. He's a
No.
guard.
Derek is a guard. you never met.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
okay.
don't know him.
I'm thinking about my boyfriend.
The
Did you say
What?
that in character?
Did Perry say that in character?
Maybe. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, he
Okay.
did.
Florin just raises an eyebrow and he goes back. He's like, we were out on a mission from King Walter and we are here to report back to him.
Right,
Yeah.
what are your names, please? And they're
My
like,
You
name
know me.
My
Maybe.
name's Darius.
they don't actually know you, Perry. You've never seen these 2 men.
My name is Florin
You're new.
Einflunch.
They're
I'm
both
Darius. Darius comes in.
What the fuck?
they're both side by side holding these crossbows, and then the one who's obviously a drow, this white hair kind of pulled back into a low ponytail, kind of nudges the human. He's like, are they on the list? And he's like, what list? It's like the list in the go to the
This is
Just
Please
go
stay
fucking get
there.
Walter. Oh my god.
It's Perry.
1 minute, and one runs off,
Tell
and you wait,
Derek
2
I'm
minutes.
here. Okay.
and then they run back.
None
He's
of
like,
you mentioned the king.
okay,
Yes, we did.
okay, they're fine. Let them in, and they crank you in and let you in. Perry, you've never seen these 2 men before. These are obviously new guards.
You guys
Um,
are clearly new. Because I know most
Yes,
of the
sir.
gods.
Perry.
Now you guys are really
Yeah.
killing the orientation,
There.
didn't you?
I'm very tired.
You also seem to be drunk.
No, I just... When I get tired, I get really,
Maybe once we
Yeah.
get back into the castle, you can curl up in a corner and take a nap.
With your
Oh.
And until then, I
boyfriend.
think
I
you should.
actually
What
have a spell that
boyfriend?
can. I have a spell that can help with that. Actually, if you really need it.
Don't
No,
Oh,
no, no. I could
Yeah.
sleep in the castle.
Right now.
Does exhaustion go away just after a long rest? It could be a
Yes.
short rest too.
Long
Yeah,
rest.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Don't be a pussy.
Don't believe this. Jesus.
I had to deal with it.
Okay, so
you
as
don't
you
have to do much when you fucking long rest.
as you
Don't help
you enter through one of the side halls, and you begin walking your way through the castle. You notice that there are quite a few more maids and a couple more butlers that you've never seen. They all appear to be going through each and every side room that you've never seen.
Are they cute?
It's a varied bunch. There's a couple older folk. There's a few younger folk. They just look
Yeah.
excited to work in a weird kind of way. They look very eager, and they're all just dusting and cleaning out these old, unused guest rooms, of which the castle has many. As now there, are people that could actually be guests.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Um,
they did mention there would be like, what, 3,000, 1,000 more something coming?
Well,
So,
yeah,
for
but
that-
I mean, like, it's been like a week.
Yeah, they did
Oh,
say.
It is a long time.
fuck.
Yeah, they said over the course of one day they expected like 3,000 new arrivals. Imagine how many more are in a week.
Wow.
God
I
damn it.
can't. Math is
Nothing.
hard.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
your group
That's
gets a lot of
wrong.
strange looks as you walk through the castle, as you are a very eclectic group, and all these people are pretty new.
I smile creepily at them.
Okay, they
Kenyel
seem
just
very
kind of
creeped.
bows to all the servants.
Doesn't really help.
Nope.
You're still kind of scary, dude.
Perry's just going, Voltia, Merrick, we're home. Hello.
You continue making your way through the
Bye-bye.
castle, and eventually you run into a butler you're very familiar with. Perry is Alphonse Blackhand, the large black dragonborn, always walking with his hands properly behind his back, his tail swishing behind him.
Alphonse.
Oh! Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
You're not dead.
No. Surprise.
We kind of had a bet that you would die. I just lost 2
What?
gold.
What? Alphonse.
Two gold.
You woke up in the ocean. Didn't think you had it in you. It's
You're
just like
so
shrugging.
rude to me.
And he reaches over and past the top of your head. It's a tall dragonborn. It's a very large.
Perry kind
Large
of pops
stature.
up.
About how tall is Mana to this dragonborn?
You come up to between where his belly button and nipple would be, right in the center of his sternum.
Perry pouts up at him.
See, all your
Adorable.
companions are alive as well, and you have a new one. And Nora's waving sheepishly.
She's a
She is my auntie. She is here. She is the person of interest that Walter sent us to look for.
Right. Well, they're currently training. I'll take you to them. First things first, he reaches into his breast pocket. Mr. Thompson,
Yeah.
you have a letter.
What?
What?
You have a
people
letter.
like you
There you
enough
go.
to
Oh wait, hold
write
on.
to
Is
you.
it,
I'm gonna
was it me because I introduced
He's met
myself?
you before.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the letter.
Okay. It is a nice letter. It is gold paper with a purple wax seal.
It's a Willy Wonka ticket.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This.
I look at it. I look at
Who gave you this?
A mail carrier. It's mail.
it. That was kind of stupid.
Okay. Thanks. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Did
Read
we
it.
all see the seal on
Read
it?
Do I
You
recognize
do?
the seal?
None of you would know what the seal is. I wouldn't even make you check for it. None of you would know what this is.
Not even
Oh,
me.
wow.
Would you like to make a check for it?
I'll make a check for it.
Yeah, make. Well, I wish I could do one that's just memory.
I guess
I think that would
general
just be a straight
intelligence.
intelligence check.
That'd
Yeah.
be intelligence or
Nah,
wisdom, I
you
think.
would. Nah, we discussed this previously. You would know what this is, Ferris.
I would.
The seal is similar to a seal you've seen before, but it is different now. Instead of just being this pair of lips, it is now a pair of lips, and in the center of the lips is this very tiny depiction of a skull. It seems whimsical in design, not threatening. It's like this kind of curved lipstick-coated lip smile with this little skull kind of nestled between the lips.
I'm gonna put it in my bag, and I'm not gonna say another word.
Okay.
Okay.
So Alphonse continues to lead you through the castle, his tail swinging behind him and almost smacking a couple of you. You are taken past the main throne room and into a room that Perry, you're very familiar with. This is one of the many training rooms, and you see Valtier practicing his rapier skills against his older brother. You hear the the clicks and clacks. And they kind of like half notice you, but they keep focusing on their practicing. Let's see who's doing better.
Take it down. Take it
Can I-
down.
It's actually very even right now. It seems that
Can
Merrick
I
sort of has the upper hand.
can I like secretly weave some invigorating charm towards Walter? Give him a
Sure.
little something something. Yeah, boy, get that advantage.
Yeah, sure. Let me open these things.
So it's just
Yeah,
like
so as you watch them fight, you see a very big difference in both of their styles. The way that Valtier fights is very aggressive,
Fuck yeah.
and even though he's much shorter than his brother, he seems to be very quick, and you actually see in his offhand, in his spare left hand he keeps behind his back, he holds a dagger, but he's just not using it.
Sneaky boy. I love him.
They continue back and forth. Valtier gets advantage. Yeah, Valtier definitely has the upper hand at this point, pushing back against his brother, pushing forward and forward.
The good murder boy.
At this point,
Monogons.
At this point, Merrick pushes off his front lead foot, dashes back as his younger brother shoots forward, and reels forward and grabs Valtier by the head and shoves him over. Just appearing to... Valtier falls right on his butt.
Be nice.
It's like, oh, God.
you did very
Welcome
well.
back, everyone.
Kenyel has memories of his brothers.
Merrick politely bows, very over-exaggeratingly waving his rapier around before sheathing it. And Valtier is like, stands up.
Well,
he's
Thorn
such
just
a
like kind of
show-off.
claps, and then he like sends his little broom over to Walter if he wants to ride it.
Valtier cracks his back as he stands up, and he's like, "It's lovely to see you all again. How was your visit?"
People died.
Yeah.
Oh,
I found
Hausen is lovely.
I found someone who, well, she's my aunt, but not the one that I was looking for. It's complicated. She's one of the lead bitches out at Lighthouse, and this is Nora. And he like gestures to her wildly, like, look at her.
Nora is like looking at you, Florin, and then looking at Perry. He's like, "Did you guys drink whiskey for breakfast? Why are you all so strange this morning?"
No, I
very
didn't
excellent.
sleep.
And I am
I'm
very
fine.
excited to
And
see this go out.
Florin has started doing drugs.
No,
Oh my god.
you're fine.
Kenyel is going to probably be down the stairs.
I nudge Perry, like I fucking like elbow him.
What?
Stop fucking talking.
Right. Well,
My lord,
it's lovely to
the
meet
king.
you. Yes.
We went to Edinburgh and dealt with the attacker that you spoke of.
I
But
trust
while we
all
were
is well.
in Light Halson, it was attacked a second time.
Edenbrock.
Edenbrock was attacked a second time while we were at Lighthalsen.
Oh, that is not ideal.
The first attack, as mentioned, only struck that farmhouse. The second was far less restrained. They attacked the village itself and slew many of its defenders. There is a new defender, courtesy of Nora.
All right. What? Wait. What? I'm sorry. What exactly attacked the second time?
Something similar, but not the same as the first.
It was 2 Minotaur-like things.
They had very big
More
active.
like bull, yeah.
Nora,
Almost died from it. It was pretty
do you know what they were?
They were large bull minotaur things. I'm not sure. I have not fought anything like that before.
Also, I saw I saw and I told Florin to go after, but there was a suspicious person apparently had some weird mask, like a weird smiling mask with blue teeth or something like that.
I believe that
So it
was...
might be something else to look out for in the future, like a gang or cult or something.
Right.
Oh,
Mine was looking pretty serious.
there was also a thing that like tied up a human face, like like they skinned the face and hung it. It was weird.
You got a lot of
We had a
fucking
very interesting journey.
I trust that is very true. It's good to see none of you have perished.
Yeah.
So I trust that the casualties weren't too severe.
Well, Seven and Edenbrock are dead.
The king is
There's
like...
a lot of bad news.
The king is like kind of tilting his head, and you can tell he's like, "Is that a lot or a little?" And he's kind of like looking at Merrick, and Merrick's like waves his hand, kind of like, "Eh." It's pretty bad. It's not too bad.
For a small village of Edenbrock, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
For that small village.
It had a population of like 100 something, I think.
Yeah.
So 7 isn't too much, but still not great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was 4% if it was 150 people.
Not to bring up,
That was a lot of bad news that we just kind of shat on you with.
Yes, I apologize.
Yeah.
So,
well,
good news. We did party in Lighthalsen.
Yeah,
well, Nora can speak for herself.
It was pretty fun.
Who do we speak to about payment?
Nora goes on to explain in detail, and this is me talking to myself. The detail of everything that transpired, and then explaining exactly what she left behind in Edenbrock to defend it. And Valtier looks very strangely enraptured, but very confused by her explaining that she made a giant. Just made
like
it.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like,
when two people love each other.
I did not know that magic like that was possible. Anyway, it is lovely to meet you. I'm sure you and I have much to discuss, Miss Nora. I'm actually expecting the captain of the guard in around 30 minutes, so if you would all join me, I think they might have some news for you as well. A lot has changed as your party has left. I have actually...
There's so many new people.
There are. We have expected around a 300% increase in populace.
Yeah.
I was able to enact an early sort of tax season and a income tax on the dock workers, which they don't seem too happy about, but we now have money in our coffers. So, happily, I can say, and Merrick has at this point left and comes back with little sacks for each of you.
Oh my god.
You each are given a sack of 250 gold pieces.
Shit.
Yes.
As
Nice.
Merrick hands me mine, can I just
That's
like
a
whisper
lot.
to him like, "Will you pot to the bet that I would die?"
No. And he's
Are you
staring at
lying to me?
you. Make an insight check.
With
Oh my
disadvantage.
god.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh no. Now I feel like this is an appropriate time where rolling low will get you a wrong answer.
Insight. Where is it? 3.
You believe him.
Oof.
I still make squinty eyes at him.
He smiles and like gently winks at you before moving on and handing gold down the line. So now you all have 250 gold. Valtir clasps his hands. He has at this point walked back over and propped his little tiny crown, well, not tiny, but his very simple crown back on top of his head. It is lovely to see you all again. Truly, I have also met one more party of very moderately unique, not as unique as yourselves, of course, considering all of your unique backgrounds, but another sort of rambunctious party, we'll say. And they have gone to one of the northern towns to ensure protection there. And after what you have told me just now, I'm very glad I sent them.
What's
their name?
Yeah, like, was there anything cool about them? Was one of them like half octopus?
No,
Shit.
just
Okay.
I believe it is a pair of ranger siblings, and then one who's very skilled with the blade, paladin of what is the name? I forget it. It's not very important. I just wanted to let you know I've acquired more than just yourselves, so I won't be needing to call on you for everything. Though I do hope I can call on you again if I do need any assistance.
Of
Of
course.
Only if you promise to make us your favorites.
Well, considering you all did your duty and came back alive, I'm very much making you my favorites.
Okay.
At this point, you've all walked back into the main hall. Valtir has sort of sat on the stairs in front of his throne. And after a little bit, Wesley comes in, the captain of the guard, in full armor. And as Wesley removes their helmet and places it under their arm, they're carrying a couple files with them. One thing you notice different about Wesley is they seem more peppy, more well-rested. And you actually notice this about Merrick and Valtir as well. They seem a bit more awake. Looks like they either got some sleep or something. Wesley, properly bows. He goes, "Oh, good. You're all here. This is wonderful. I have news I was going to deliver to." She's like looking at all of you, and there's like a lot of people staring at her now. She's like, "Oh, of course. Back to what I was saying. Let's see. For starters, the new section of the dock has been completed.
Oh, cool.
The Great Mines Construction Agency has finished their crane, so that is helping offload things. Everything's going on schedule. And Balthier's like, just staring, making sure he's paying attention. I can really quickly get through these since your group is here. You, Florin, yes?
Yeah.
You had me look up Starte 21.
Yeah.
Right here. The only records we have, at one point she was a citizen for about a year, and she owned a home in the northern district before being, it was sold to another couple. The couple, sadly, was executed by the crown after they were found harboring unlawful reading material. And it has been empty since that point. But again, that is in the northern district, which is still closed. But that is the only record we had of her. I'm sorry we couldn't find more. You, Mana.
Yes.
We sadly do not have any direct records of someone matching your description, reaching
Marvelous.
Glass Team.
Mona
But-
deflates a little bit.
But
But
when I first joined the Guard, I worked with the books, and you reminded me of, well, around 38 years ago, there were 3 robberies, and all witnesses accounted as a nude woman who had broken in and taken various things. And when one of the robberies, one of the defenders of their property, I suppose, tried to catch them, they turned into a snake, they allege, and snuck away.
wait,
However,
That-
before
that-
this, the reason that I even bring this up, she was
Yeah.
described as not only being nude, but, well, much like yourself in appearance. Sort of strange skin, like she had plants coming off of her form. Very beautiful. They were never found, but if this is matching the description, she hands you over the file folder, and there's a more detailed description. Does sound like your sister, judging by the description.
hold on, wait. She was like robbing something. She was robbing. What was
Yeah,
she robbing?
it's
Hold on,
3 files that are records of the robbery of a jewelry store,
What?
the robbing of an antique furniture store, and a library. Or not a library, a bookstore.
Well, I understand that one.
Like 38 years ago.
Yeah.
Mana's like she was deflated at the news of like, oh, we didn't get any records, and then just reading over this file, she's like giddy again. Just, she robbed. If that was my sister, did she look, guys? Look. She robbed the jewelry store and the bookstore. Oh my god! And she turned someone into a snake.
No, she turned into
No,
a
she
snake.
turned into a snake.
Oh, she turned into a snake?
Yes.
Oh.
They alleged a nude woman broke out of a jewelry shop, jumped through a window, and then shapeshifted into a snake, and then disappeared into the sewers.
Oh my god.
Was
That
she-
is really good news. My
If
day has been made. Thank you
she's a
so
snake
much,
and-
Wesley.
Your staff is a snake. Was she your staff?
That's a
Stop talking,
horrible
Perry.
thought.
Don't
Well,
do it.
that would be kind of fucked up.
Anyway, at least this means that I guess I can confirm that she's been around here. And I fold up the files and I put it in my backpack. I'm
Okay.
keeping this. I don't know if you want it back, but I'm keeping it.
No, there are copies I made for you. You're good.
Thanks.
It's lovely to see you all again. I trust you'll have a much better time experiencing Glass Team now that there's shops, there's life, there's people. You can tell that somber look and that tired look Wesley had is just completely gone, and she seems very happy to be doing her job.
Ferris is gonna raise his hand.
Yes.
So, you ever find anything about, people who left us for dead?
Oh,
Oh yeah, the novelty.
yes, actually. Yes. I did not bring that file. And she's like looks down, she's like, oh shit. If you come by the keeper's home, I trust I can dig them up for you. They had given us forged documents. Their clearance was forged from the Great Minds travel agency. They alleged that's what they were delivering was under their guise, and we've since received warrants for the arrest of 2 of the individuals. We have not been able to locate anyone else from their crew, but I can give you more details if you come by.
Right.
I
The
apologize.
2 individuals got arrested?
No, there's warrants. We have not found them. Sadly.
Okay.
It's the captain's name, Avadi Androssi. Androssi Zahard and her accomplice, Hatsu.
Hats. I don't know.
Hats, yes.
Fucking hats.
We've not been able to find them, but yes, we did receive some rather scolding documentation that made us give a second look at the papers we were given. That is one blunder that I'm a bit ashamed of, and you can tell like this is being aired out in front of the king, and the king is still like staring at her.
Oh, more bad. I didn't mean to
It's
embarrass
all right.
you.
I already told them. It's fine. Wesley goes on to explain, the rest of the updates to the king. In total, those updates include here's the thing. Included the preemptive arrival papers for something you would actually know about, Florin. It is members of the Alensi College stating that they are going to arrive within probably 2 weeks-ish to basically form a new branch of schooling and to also take together a group to investigate the Yarnloth College, which you do not know about.
They have a specific non-law.
So basically, like, a bunch of students are coming to set up a new home for the school, but then also to create a sort of pilgrimage party that will go and investigate the Yarnloth College, which you don't know.
Do you mind if I, is there like a copy of, like, is it on a paper or like?
No, she's just telling him. I mean, it's just you're overhearing us as you're all kind of in the same room.
Oh, interesting. He's just gonna like kind of float on over towards there to hear more of the conversation.
Okay. Wesley also talks about Pottsfield up north. They're thriving now that one of the brewery companies from the Great Mines, the Elder Leaf Brewery Company, have set up shop and are revamping all the brewery stations up there, which is where most of their alcohol comes from.
Nice.
Updates that Anchorage Town has finished the preliminary construction of their defensive wall. And Anchorage Town is one of the... You basically get the feeling that Edenbrock, Anchorage Town, and Pottsfield Town... I'll put the names in here. Anchorage Town, and then Edenbrock and Pottsfield are the primary surrounding towns, with Pottsfield specializing in brewery and all the necessary things to grow for brewery, like wheat, barley, all that.
Nice.
Yeast creation. And Anchorage Town is basically just another farming town that has a lot more livestock than Edenbrock does. And then just some quick things for the king to sign on basically finalizations of real estate purchases for larger buildings. And yeah, that's it.
Right.
You just heard that the Alensi College is coming to investigate the Yarnloth College. You don't know what that is. Actually, Kaniel, you might actually know what this is. I would like for you to roll a history check.
Ooh.
You might be familiar with this. Let's see.
History.
Ooh.
I got a 9.
You don't know what this is.
Darn.
So is that it? Are we like free to go?
Oh yes, you can go on, spend your money as you would see fit. There's plenty of new places to open. Not that this is something I should probably be recommending, considering my age, but there is a new brothel open, if that strikes your fancy. I know they're quite famous.
It's new, but it's famous?
It is a reopened sort of... you just sort of have to see it, I suppose. They're a strange bunch, but they were
Are
very
you
nice.
suggesting this holy man go into a brothel?
Does his religion interfere with how he spends his free time?
I don't know.
It doesn't, but other things do.
Oh, that's me. I feel bad for
wait,
laughing.
sorry.
Kenyo just looks at Mana like, really?
Merrick is
Valter-
like running his hand down his face and like running his fingers against his eyes, like, please stop talking about brothels. You're 12. But like, it's still the king, so you can't say shit.
Walter, Merrick, can I ask you two a question?
Yes.
Well, I was just wondering, do you perhaps know anyone by the title High Cleric Julia Hockney?
Oh man, you finally asked
You
it.
finally did it!
You
Right.
win.
The absolute
Da, da, da,
madman.
da.
Kenyo and Perry have no idea what's going
Dun,
on.
dun, dun, dun. Again with High Cleric Julia Hackler. I don't even remember what she was important for.
She is the one that the Amethyst Rose belongs to by all technical means.
The
Well-
amethyst.
Oh,
I accidentally went into the Whispers channel. I have a brain.
Okay.
The amethyst rose?
you know that big
They are
You saw
ship.
this, Kenyo. It was the giant ship. Because you were working
Oh,
on
yeah,
the docks,
'cause
you saw
Kenyo
this
was-
Yeah,
arrive.
he saw it. He almost got run over by it.
Yeah.
And he does not know that they were on the ship.
The Amethyst
And I'm
Rose.
so excited for him to learn.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the name. We haven't had a functioning church in years, to be honest. They were some of
Okay.
the first to be executed by my parents, as they believed they were praying to a mad god.
Have
well,
I
there's
maybe
your
heard of
yes,
the
they
name?
did.
Everyone talked at once. What?
Well, have I maybe heard of the name? Being religious?
No. They were not worshiping a mad god. They were praying to the Raven Queen. They were unjustly murdered.
Oh no, it was
Oh,
Kenyo was. I was wondering if Kenyo had heard of High Cleric, etc., etc.
Oh,
Hackney.
yeah. Make a history check.
Ooh.
So we
Oh, I didn't do well again
Ooh.
there. Let's see. I got a 6.
Nope.
God, why do you roll so bad sometimes? It's so
This is
sad.
actually a reverse DC. You have to get under 7 to know. No, you don't know shit.
Sadly.
What'd you say first?
I said, oh, well, guess she's dead. That solves
No, we are not. No. No justice here.
that. There's
I-
no
I-
justice.
Wesley kind of raises her hand. I could look up those records if you need me to.
Please, I would very much appreciate that, Wesley.
Sort of.
Do it in
gives-
like your free time. You don't need to like
I don't have free time. But
you don't need
I
to
will
work
look it
so
up.
hard.
Oh,
Dankeschön.
that's kind of depressing, actually. I don't have free time.
Well, it's not as if I do not have free time. It's just I usually try to spend it sleeping or. Well, to be honest, there's a new bakery in town, and they make this drink. It's like a magic elixir. I swear.
God.
It's not very expensive either. Anyway,
Guys.
she slaps her helmet on. You know, it clicks into places. She twists it. It's like it's a part of the chest plate, kind of. And then leaves.
Oh yeah, they have that cool armor.
So,
Okay.
if your lot would like to go experience the city, it's full of life. It should be a nice,
I'm
relaxing
both
time.
anticipating it and also hating that.
Volti and Merrick, do you have some free time? Maybe.
Walter looks at
want-
Merrick and then looks at you.
No.
Merrick
I
has free
know.
time.
No. I want
No.
to show
He raises his hand, his little tiny hand. Merrick has free time. And Merrick is like staring like, do I?
I think you would be very interested in the specific information I have to share with you.
Walter's like opening his mouth to speak and then looks at his brother again. He's like, I'm the king, and this is awkward. Do you want to spend time together,
No,
or is this a more business
this
sort
is
of?
business.
Ah, yes. Then yes.
They're gonna kiss.
No.
Please, not in
Shut
my
up.
presence. I would not like to see that. America's like slowly staring at the ceiling, like, kill me, kill me, kill me.
Harry's a little bit the same.
Right.
Yourself into an
Yes, we
early-
can speak in the other room. I trust all of you have things you would like to do.
Should
Yeah.
we wait for you, Barry, or
Nope.
Ferris is already
I
leaving.
will find you.
Wow, I don't
Nora,
want
are you going to stay here? Or,
Yes. Basically, I just skipped over it because it's me talking with myself again. Nora's going to, sit, explain, and discuss the terms of moving most of Light Halls into Glass Team, and also explain her own private history.
Alright. Well, maybe we can. We'll reconvene after. I have something to cool you. I have something cool to show you after Walter, because you like the magic. I have all sorts of
I'm
magic.
excited. I'm excited to see. I've been coming along in my own magics. Did I make a spell list for Voltaire?
Well,
I made so
I-
much shit, but I don't think I'm right down.
I'm excited to see what kind of tricks you have up your sleeve. And he just like waves at him. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll see if I can check out a birthday home or maybe buy some things. Have some money now.
So,
Kenyel also takes his leave.
okay.
You
So we
wanna-
have Kenyel.
to.
Go ahead. What's up?
Oh no, I was just saying Mono left already too.
Okay, so we have
That's what
Ferris, Kenyel,
I don't know if
Kenyel,
Ferris and
and
Canyon
Florin leaving.
left at the same time.
Perry, you're staying behind. Nora has moved off to go get comfortable in the room she's being provided with. So you are now alone with the king and Merrick.
Okay, so I have something to show you. And he makes his sword appear. So, while I was away... God. There was something showed up on my blade. And he kind of like brings it forward to show Valtier and Merrick.
Okay, they both lean over. They would have to speak this language, I would imagine, because they're fucking elves.
Right. I imagine they do.
Where is that? Yes. Yes.
Stop it! Delete that right now. Delete right this.
They look it over. Merrick, kind of leans in really close.
And I've had these weird dreams. Or visions. I don't know.
Are your memories returning?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a giant bird in my memories.
They're both going to glance at each other. Well, I mean, one of the hunches we had was your connection with rebirth. I mean, death, in a way, represents a new beginning. We looked up many things. I'm not sure. This doesn't exactly help. I suppose we could start, now that we have so many new arrivals, and certainly there's a library being constructed, or restocked, rather. Maybe we can find more information.
I would hope so. I'm kind of at a loss.
Were the dreams pleasant?
Did you dream
Not-
of me? Winks.
Pleasant, but not unpleasant. They were weird more than anything else. I mean, it's just a giant fucking bird. Like, a big, like, raven or something, and it's got a mask in its mouth? I don't know.
So, the Raven Queen. I mean, we did read studies about people who have seen visions of similar creatures, and the porcelain mask does match her general aesthetic, I suppose. Valtier is like slowly running his thumb along his lips, just kind of like chewing on his nail a little bit, and he's like, "You should go speak with the gnome we met, the new arrival who's opening the church." And Merrick kind of hem-haws his head. He's like, "They're kind of weird." It's like, I know they're weird, but they could help. There's a new arrival. They're from a family from deep within the Great Mines, the Gloom Spinner family, who are owners of a church over there. Here, go, and they give you directions to the place. Okay. Go here and speak with them. They're strange, but they might be able to assist better than we can at this point. Of course, we're still going to try to keep up with our research, but
okay.
It's your...
Also, I spoke with someone who I think is a lot smarter than me, and they said that there might be a companion blade.
They both look like more confused, but also more interested, and they're like, "What do you mean, companion? Like a match?"
Yes, like this blade is half of a whole.
Well, that's more to go on. I guess that's something. Yeah. I mean, with all the new arrivals, we've got blacksmiths aplenty, and maybe one of them knows where it came from, why you have it. I mean, it's certainly a nice, lovely piece. It's just, why is it in your hand?
Sure would like to know. You said the place was Gloom Spinner?
Yes, they're not starting a church to the Raven Queen exactly, but some would call them the sister church. It is a church to Weejas. Basically, just walk the streets. You'll eventually see the giant sign they have for it.
Do you
it's
think
a big red skull? Can't miss it.
Do you think they can be trusted?
Oh, absolutely. They're a lovely person.
That was a little offensive.
You'll know when you meet the leader of the church. They're just strange. Not much emotion, really. Vulture's like, kind of like staring at his brother like, hey, you're being a little harsh, but yeah. Anyway, Vulture perks up. Well, we have a bit more to go on, but for now, Vulture reaches over and grabs Merrick's sleeve and pulls him over. You take Perry and go to that new bakery. And Merrick's like, oh my god.
I love Walter. I love Fun Boy Aloud. King Boy Aloud.
We're expecting 3 more arrivals. He's like, I don't care. I'll have Alphonse here. We'll be fine. Go. Walter just starts to leave. Walter just leaves.
Okay, bye.
Well, I guess I am free if you would like to go.
Sure.
Now kiss.
What is this fancy new drink at the bakery? Why don't you show me?
I would love for you to try it. It's saved my life. It's invigorating.
You call it the witch's brew, Frap.
Merrick takes you by the hand.
Shut the fuck up.
Merrick takes you by the hand and you start making your way into the city. What's everybody doing?
Okay.
So guys, are we splitting up to do whatever for now?
Yeah, I think our group kind of shuffles off together, but eventually goes off their.
Yeah,
I said that in character. I was addressing.
Oh,
yeah.
As
Just in case I never meet any of you again,
that seems unlikely. With our
you-
fates.
fuck, I really
Actually,
don't
I
know.
was gonna tag along with you, Ferris.
What?
Yeah, well, they were talking about houses, and I know mine is in the northern district, which still needs to be fixed up. But, just want to see how that's going, so might as well go with you.
I
Okay.
did not understand what Flo said. What did he say?
Listen, if you're looking for a roommate, I'm not really into that kind of thing.
That's not what it is,
You
believe
have a
me.
house.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
it's not my house, they said that they had a start date house up north, that it got sold, that the people there got killed. So I will see how that part of the city is holding up.
Oh.
As I
And
recall, they said it was very dangerous.
they did, but that was, a week ago? I want to check the progress. And I suppose any realtor would be the one that knows that information.
Well, if you do end
Yeah.
up venturing in there, maybe let the rest of us know first.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks at Kaniel and he gives him a thumbs up. He's like, I will make sure not to go alone.
All right.
I'll watch him in case he
Uh.
dies, I guess.
I don't.
Kenya
I
was
don't-
less than reassured.
That's very kind
You
of
should
you,
be.
Ferris.
I don't really want to be alone in this really big city. So if you don't mind, I guess I'll go with you, can you?
I would not mind the company.
Do you want to hang out?
So where would you guys like to go?
I'm gonna go to the administration. Well, actually, no. First off, I'm gonna go see Fuck, what's her name? Wesley
Honestly,
at the office.
the keeper's home. Is that
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
So we
keep us
have
on.
Ferris and Flo going to Wesley's.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it a quick stop.
All
Shouldn't
right.
be more than a minute.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Knock, knock, knock.
Okay. So you make your way inside, and Wesley is already there going through a bunch of files. There's a good deal more guards in here, all moving about, doing different things.
Yeah.
Seems they're even more busy than before, but it looks like they actually have, people to work.
Looks like you lot got a lot new trainees, huh?
Yes, plenty of new people wanting to work. The training is going somewhere, but they at least can hold a spear, and that's what matters.
Yes, anyway,
Yes, I was
I'm,
getting. What did you need? I'm sorry.
and Josie, that's. Where are
Oh
they?
yes. Right, their file, and she moves one of the giant stacks of things on her desk aside, like halves the stack, starts going through it, halves it again. Yes, here. Let's see. Here's all the information that was sent to us by Preventus. And you are given a file that opens up with both of them, artist depictions of both of them. They are both well-known drug runners. They're also known for piracy, and also known for a form of sea hijacking, where they basically swarm a ship at dock and just take it and pretend they own it, and have done this like 3 times, and they're pretty good at it. So pretty notorious. And Drosy is also wanted for murder. Hats is wanted for a bunch of smaller things, but Androsi is wanted for the murder of a jeweler who isn't Preventus.
These
That's
two
all you
look to
have.
be pretty decently high profile for a new city.
Well, we would send these files from Preventus. These are not ours. I can get you some copies together if you would need them.
Just one, thanks. Don't suppose there'd be maybe a little bit of a bounty on these, maybe sometime in the future.
Oh, absolutely there is.
Oh, really?
A bounty on them and their cargo. They were carrying with them, quite a bit of spoon.
As an investigator, would I have known about this?
You have known that Zune is illegal. It's not. It's not technically illegal in Glass Time yet, but in Proventus it was very illegal.
Does Florin still have the fucking blue on his lips, or is it gone?
No, it's that permanent staining, baby.
Pretty stainy. You'd have to work pretty hard to get it off.
It's Coral Blue number 2, don't mind him.
But the issue is not so much that it's illegal in Glass Team. The issue is that it's very illegal in Proventus, and they have a massive bounty. You can see the bounty above it is actually 500 platinum per head if alive, and then 200 platinum per head if they're dead.
Fuck me.
Well, if you ever want help on that.
I mean, if you have any sort of leads or anything, please have at it. We've not seen any sight of them within the city, and we've had every guard look at these depictions, and nothing. It's like they just arrived and disappeared. And they disappeared with cargo. That's the thing we cannot figure out.
Interesting. Do the papers have like pictures of them? Or actually, we remember what Andrathi looks like and stuff, right?
Yeah, Androssi is this probably like early 30s, red-haired woman. Good amount of scars on her. Usually has like a gun and 2 daggers on her. Very beautiful. Hats is like what you'd expect the average half-elf male to look like. Tied back black hair most of the time, like long straight black hair. A little bit larger nose, but really well balanced face, very pretty skin.
Florin looks at Ferris and he's like, "If you're very adamant on knowing their location, I'll help you with that later."
Right. I haven't seen them in a while. I remember a couple of the crewmates, in case you could find them. They're innocent, but maybe you can get some information out of them.
Well, we talked with one of them, but then we haven't been able to find any of the others. We know there were the 2 goblins, Agatha and something else, and then a couple more humans and a half-orc. We haven't been able to really locate anyone. There's so many. We're new staff, tired old staff, and there's a lot more people, so it's pretty easy to slip through our fingers, sadly, but we're doing our best.
There's a big Goliath. You couldn't even find her. She was pretty noticeable.
She just kind of awkwardly shrugged. She's like, I don't know.
Right, well, thanks for the information. Let you know if we see anything, because this is definitely worth pursuing for this much money.
It certainly is, but trust me, these 2 people are dangerous. They will kill you. I'm not going to even pretend that this is possible for the average, but the king seemed to have fancied you 2, so you're probably the ones to do it.
Right. Alright, let's continue on our way then.
Yeah. Wesley, you happen to know where the fuck we could buy a house?
Buy a house? Well, there is a realtor's office near the docks, but sadly a lot of it is taken at the moment. If you're looking for a business size, a lot of it is taken or predisposed by either the Great Mines Company. And Ferris, you're familiar with the Great Mines Company. They're basically a little bit north of where you grew up, and it is this massive mine that goes into 3 mountains and goes into a sort of underdark city. So it's like winter there on the surface, and then down below it's underground, so it doesn't matter. And it is one of the most successful mining companies ever, and they have been mining miles and miles and miles down into the earth to get rare gems and any kind of interesting materials. They're very rich.
Okay.
You've also done work for them in the past.
Ooh.
CD work.
Legal work or illegal work?
Illegal work.
All right.
So yeah, they've bought up quite a bit of the actual businesses, along with a couple of those. Of course, the Alencia College has arrived, but if you're looking for a home, I'm sure there's something you can purchase there.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for the information. We'll let you know if we find something. Then Ferris is gonna get up and go.
Okay. Florin travels right behind him, and once they get out of earshot, Florin is gonna say, "Do you want me to like locate them? Those two fuckers?"
Is that something you can do?
Yeah.
Look, like right now.
If you so desired, yeah, it would.
I
Well, it
mean,
would take about 10 minutes to do a proper reading for it, but I could.
all right.
And
I'm gonna say yes to that, but not right now.
okay,
I feel
and
like it's gonna need all of us, just in case these two happen to be, fuckers.
yeah, and Ferris, can
Yeah.
I ask you something? Uh, if you'd allow it, of course. If you don't, that's fine.
It depends on what you're asking.
Well, I guess feel free. Um, what do you really want from all of this, Ferris? You you could have very easily said no to what just happened. You could have very easily walked away from it, gotten a regular job here. There's things everywhere. There was no real need for you to come rush along with us. What do you get out of this when you're trying to get a new leaf?
Listen, this work is not nearly the same as the work that I used to do. I mean, in subject matter, sure, maybe a little bit similar, but the purpose and the morals behind it completely different. This is me being an outstanding citizen and dragging two scumfucks who, by the way, left you and me for dead and bringing them here.
Yeah, but I mean, not just them. This in general. The king, everything here. You could just get a normal job. Wouldn't have to go along with everything.
Well, I mean, that's the dream later down the line, but sometimes old habits are hard to break. I don't know what to tell you.
Hmm. Do you loathe me?
Loathe you?
You don't seem like you get along with me.
I'll admit. I do find you very unpleasant, minus the whole your face thing. You got a very nice face, but like, I don't like it now.
Hmm. Well,
Don't
maybe
take it
we'll.
personally. I don't like a lot of people. I don't like
Yeah.
Lana.
Well, I've just. Maybe it'll be something I burn down later, then I suppose.
Maybe. Let's just focus on buying a fucking house right now, eh?
Alright. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so while this is happening, what are Kenyo and Mana doing?
Woo!
I don't know what is Daniel
Well,
Oh my
I
doing.
God.
don't know what Mana's doing
What? I
besides
came
following
with you!
Kanyo, but
I was-
Kanyo's intention is that he's going to go down to the docks and see of the ships that have arrived if any of them seem familiar, because he
Where are
wants
we
to get news
going?
from his homeland.
Okay.
What are you
Um,
doing? What are we doing, Daniel?
I intend to see the new arrivals, if any of them look particularly interesting. More pertinently, familiar,
Like interesting how?
if they're anyone I know.
Oh yeah, like where did you come from? Did I don't remember if you ever said that.
From a city called Atmandar in the southern continent.
Isn't that your last name?
It's complicated, but yes, I am a servant of the city. Thus, I take it as my name.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
It was not a bad life.
DM, do I know anything about that, Mandar?
make a history check.
Okay. They're just sweating. 9.
You grew up in a forest. You don't really know much about the world.
Okay, I've never been there. Is
It
it
is-
close to Proventes?
No. It is very, very.
Is
I am
it
not surprised
close
you've not
to
heard of it.
Lindsay?
No.
Listen, I kind of grew up not in a. I grew up in a forest.
I
For
grew up in
lack
a
of
desert.
better- That sounds really cool. Was it like how many trees
Actually-
are there?
None, actually.
Have you
Well,
ever seen a tree in your life?
Kenya looks over to like a tree on the street. Yes.
Okay, but like before you came here, did you ever see a tree in your life?
Yes, actually. There were no natural trees, but at Mandar is a city of orchards and canals.
Have you ever seen dryads?
Has he?
I guess you
Make
might not have.
a intelligence check.
I have a feeling the answer is no. I don't think dryads would show up in gardens, but
I feel like they'd have a really bad time in deserts.
a 10. Oh no,
That's
a
a
9
save.
actually.
That's a
I
save.
did save, so
Oh, well.
only.
Doesn't matter. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I've never seen a dryad before you.
Cool. That's usually what people tell me. Anyway, so we're going to the docks?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, both of us, or
Okay.
You don't know what you're looking for, man.
oh, okay. I'm sorry, you just said make investigation.
No,
check.
it's
Man is just hanging around.
Mana looks for a bird.
I mean, you could try to describe in detail.
I got a natural 20. That's right.
Okay.
Hey, finally.
You see a ship that is from your home. You immediately recognize the sails and the style of the ship. It's very, very much something from your home.
Kenyel doesn't like rush towards it, but he definitely picks up the pace of walking a little, moving towards it.
Wait, you're walking a little too fast. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna patch his face. I did not expect he didn't say anything. So I
You
don't
see,
want to
you
sound
see dock
like
workers. You see, people similar to those you would from your homeland, darker skinned folk with more curly hair than natural, and they're working, offloading a lot of product.
He's going to observe for a moment, wondering if he'll see someone who looks like approachable. He's not going to interrupt a worker while they're unloading cargo. That sounds like a good way to get something dropped on you.
So are we just watching them, or
No, I'm looking for someone to speak to.
okay?
Hoping to
Well,
get news.
why not just come up to them and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
He can't actually think of an argument against. Even though
that is how you talk to people. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
most of the time, conversations start when you say hello or what. I don't know. Just get straight to the point. Here, I can do it for you if you want.
No,
I start walking forward.
no.
I look at him and I start like walking backwards. Like I can do it for you if you want. I'm super bored.
Do I see anyone just at a glance who looks like they're in charge that I could speak to?
Yes, you do. You spy a darker skinned dwarf who
Aha.
seems to be managing inventory with a pad.
Kenya is going to head for the dwarf.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Good sir.
What do you want?
Apologies.
Is that guy?
Is this ship?
Okay, no.
Oh shit. What is the southern continent named? I mean, it's my homeland, but I don't think we really established.
Nibarame is what you picked?
Oh, okay. So you did go with one pick.
Yeah. I like your
This ship
continent
is
building.
from Mebarane?
They like look up for a second with their brow furrowed and then actually start to look at you and they like reel back a little bit and they go, "Oh!"
He raises his palms out, which is probably not a gesture man has seen him make before.
He like blinks at you for a second. He's like,
Didn't do anything wrong.
"Did you arrive with us?"
I did not. I am on my
Oh.
own task.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Reaches out his hand.
Kenyel reaches out and shakes it a little gingerly, just so he doesn't, worry the man or anything.
This guy is trying to crush your hand in his palm.
Oh,
Very firm handshake.
Jesus.
He's
Lovely to
watched
meet
this
you.
happen.
but he squeezes back. Yeah.
Tandrik. Lovely to meet you.
I hold out my hand for a handshake for the first time ever.
Okay, reaches over,
Jesus.
also tries to crush your hand.
But I try to crush his hand too.
Okay, medicine check.
Strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 14 plus 1, 15!
Yeah, he starts squeezing your hand really hard, and you start squeezing back just as hard, and he goes, "Oh, okay.
Pretty strong!
Very strong. Strange looking. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting couple. All right. What can I do for you?
My name is Kenyel of Atmandar. I was wondering if you have news from the south. Thing has changed since a year or two ago when I left. There's not much word coming up this far.
How late? Year or two?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There's a terrorist attack. Did you hear about that?
Oh shit.
Oh, where?
It was at the, trying to think. It was around the mountainous coast of the, what fucking thing? It was a, storage house of sorts. Apparently someone either deliberately or was shipping, an ooze creature, which, not exactly legal, but it ate the entire facility
Holy shit.
and killed around 30 people before it was stopped.
God.
And then later on, further towards the up the coastline, near some of the homes there, another one just appeared in the streets. Took another 15 people. The people are calling it a terrorist attack. I'm not sure, but that's all I know.
I'm looking at Daniel like.
Well, you can't see his face, but
Well,
he's
yeah, I
worried
know.
under the mask. Is there more? That is unpleasant news indeed.
Yeah, surely.
This was just recently.
This was around 2 months ago, I believe. Yes.
Well, that's something to an additional worry to many that I have, but I appreciate the news. Is there much else that's been occurring down south? Is that the big news
Excitement
lately?
over this place. Don't have to deal so much with the Proventus very strict searching of ships, and going to milk this for all we can, or they wise up and start restricting our trade routes. If you'd like work, we got room on the ship. We're offloading currently. If you've been away for a while, we're actually shipping to that place over there, and he points. And up the street, kind of down the hall, there is this elaborately done sign that lists as the Dunbar Cafe.
Dunbar. Okay.
Yep.
What sort of place is that?
Well, it's a little slice of home if you're a fan of coffee, and quite good treats.
Have I heard of coffee?
Nope.
Oh shit.
Danielle
Really?
just lights up, and this time you can see it through his mask.
What's
Just the body language swelling up.
What's copy?
It is a gift from the gods.
Right, good to see a man from my home. Kind of smacks you on the side. If you need anything else, we'll probably be back in a month or so. Not sure what we're shipping next, but yes.
Are you leaving relatively soon?
He looks up from his clipboard, and they're offloading like the last of 6 crates. He's like, "Yes, very."
I was going to perhaps sketch up a letter and ask you to bring it to someone, but I would not keep you from your travels.
Right, well, we'll certainly be back. So.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
I apologize for bothering you.
Bye.
No problem. Lovely to meet you both.
Yeah, you're pretty cool. I just met you. I don't really think that people are cool when I first meet them.
What was that guy's name? You
It
told
was
it, but I
Oh,
missed it.
Henrik.
Henry. Pretty
All right.
cool.
Oh, do I see the name of the ship? Just in case that's relevant.
The name of the ship is the
While he's
Desert's
looking
Wind.
at, oh sorry. While he's looking at the ship, can I? Is the amethyst rose where we left it?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
The dock is very different than you remember and a lot bigger. They have expanded like another 100 feet into the bay
Oh
to
shit.
accommodate all the ships. There is a shit ton of people
Investigation. I got a 14, straight 14.
here now. Okay. You look around a bit for where you think it might be, and you actually have to ask someone. It's like, hey, have you seen this?
Do you see this?
You eventually come to it. It is sunken quite a bit, but it's pretty much exactly where you left it, and the dock is now built around it. And there is a guard stationed in front of it, so no one gets on. And even if you wanted to get on, you'd have to jump like 10 feet straight up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to get wet. Anyway, I guess I'll return to Canyon.
Okay.
Where did you walk off to?
I went to go look at the amethyst rose.
Ah, yes, that ship.
Yeah.
Do you know what the story behind that is?
Oh yeah.
I was actually on the docks when that arrived. I had to hurry some patients out of the way.
Were they okay?
Oh, yes. But it was still a scare that was not what I expected to have happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how like 3-4 people could like pilot our ship.
My word.
Well, actually, I guess it didn't really work because it
big?
crashed into the dock.
Huh.
Oh yeah. I mean, for the record, I can't lie to you. I don't want to lie to you. You're like kind of cool. It was Ferris, Flo, and I. We crashed the ship. I'm kind of sorry about ruining your day or something like that. But
Daniel just kind of stares at her, looks at the ship, and says, "You know, that doesn't surprise me anymore."
yeah. Yeah. There's not. I don't know what to say about it. It was a cool ride. We were like on it for a week or something.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why were you? How did you find a ship that big?
That's a really long story. I
Then
mean,
perhaps at another time we shall discuss it.
oh yeah, I'll tell you. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll tell you some other time. But anyway, you said you wanted to write a letter or something?
Oh, I would like to address a letter to my family, but I don't have paper on hand.
I have sheets of paper.
Why?
Merrick and King Baltier gave it to me.
Oh.
Oh yeah, also I didn't really consider that. That's kind of rude, but I didn't really think about you having a family. Do you have like a husband or a girlfriend or a sister or a brother? Or
I have a brother and a sister. Both older than myself.
I also have a brother and a sister. And I have 2 sisters, but I also have a brother.
I confess I haven't spoken to them in longer than I've been away from home, but...
You know what? Me too. Were you close with your family? Oh, well, I mean, I guess you kind of were if you're gonna write them a letter.
I am loyal to my family.
That doesn't mean the same thing, like them. Yeah. Were they mean to me? Will I beat them up if I see them?
I would not advise that.
I like flex. I flex my tiny arms.
Well, he did just see you almost outmuscle a sea captain, so... I don't think that will ever be necessary.
Okay. This is weird. I did not know a lot about you, and I think I'm learning more about you right now.
Well, That is what happens sometimes. Though, actually, seriously,
What?
you have paper.
Oh yeah.
Do you
I
have
take
a pen or anything to write with?
I do have a pen, but I only have one, and I also needed to write a letter.
Oh,
So
You have more than one sheet of paper.
I do.
Yeah.
I took like 4 sheets or something
Yeah.
in case it was.
would you mind if I borrow that for a moment and write something?
Okay, are you gonna write it right now?
Well, they're shipping out very soon. I should
Oh
probably
shit, that's true.
hurry.
And I rush and take out the paper and the pen. I give it to you, but you have to help me write a letter to my friends, because
I'm going to
really
regret
need
this,
do
aren't
that.
I? But yes.
No, I mean no. I mean I need to write like a real letter to my friends, and it's just I'm not really good with words, and I have a lot of things that I want to say, and I'm probably gonna fuck up my handwriting because I'm really bad at writing.
If you would like to dictate, then I could write for you. I'm not a bad hand at handwriting.
No, it has to be for me. It's not the same if it's not for me. But if you're the one who writes it, then my friends would think that I was like kidnapped, and it's like, hi, I'm Mana, and it's like, no, you're not, and then they might get really worried.
Something I think would actually happen.
Probably. I mean, I've been gone for like a week, and I've never like really been away from them for that long.
Wait, what?
Ever. Or not a week, but it's been like a couple weeks.
It's just like,
Sorry.
wait. He just looks around. You are here willingly, yes?
No, I'm here by accident. I said this a lot of times, but apparently nobody really listens.
There is now a suspicion Daniel Nana has been kidnapped. He's just like mild worry.
The mask begins to sweat.
Oh god.
Yes, I will help you write a letter, but
Okay.
let me write this one first.
Yeah.
Okay, and
So,
then you write a letter and send it.
Yes, he's going to find
You can send
place
it to me
write.
later.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, he goes to find the captain and is like, excuse me,
Yes.
I came across some paper after all.
Oh,
Would you be able
good.
to take this? I don't expect you to go there yourself, but could you pass it off to a courier who might take this to Atmandar?
Of course. Do you have any gold?
Absolutely.
He's kind of like leerily looking at you.
He's going to hand him a letter with 10 gold.
10 gold.
Probably way more, but
He like stares down at what you gave him and then looks back up at you. And then he's like, "You're not going to last very long out here.
no.
Hold out your hand." And he hands you all but
he's
one
going
piece
to
back.
last a very long time because I'm here. I'm his bodyguard.
Okay, so you are down 1 gold.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, I'll send this off.
To the Yarokam family of Atmandar.
Yorokarm?
Yarokam.
Yarokam?
Right. Surely. He's like,
Thank
thinking
you.
for a minute. He's like, all right. And he goes back to work.
And yeah.
Okay. While this is happening, Perry,
Hello.
you go with Merrick.
Perry's getting some.
Well,
No, you are currently holding hands and walking through the city.
Wow, what the fuck?
Okay.
Everyone was like a date. Fucker. Got a
Lewd.
boyfriend. Fucking.
God. So how have you been?
Tired, but it's a lot nicer now that there's more people.
Is Valtier holding up well?
A lot better than I am. He doesn't need hardly any sleep. He just, of course, meditates for a bit and then he's back to it. But
Well, he's
thankfully
also
last
like,
night,
small. They have a lot of energy when they're small.
it's true. He never stops. It's almost infuriating. He's doing a lot better than I thought he would under this much pressure. But
You should be nicer to him.
he needs some tough love.
Not from his brother. You gotta
The
be
maids
there to
always spoiled
support.
him anyway, because he was the favorite.
Oh, come on.
He was. I've told you about this.
You
I had to work
told-
10 times what he did when he was 6.
He's the
Everything came
youngest.
naturally to him. He's smart as a whip. He can read a book in 10 minutes.
Oh.
He's insane.
But doesn't that just make you
I love
proud
him,
of
but
him?
it's... Of course I'm proud of him. If I wasn't proud of him, I'd kill him and take the crown. That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. That was a joke. I've tried that twice with the maids, and they always suspect me of something.
You can't say that.
I know. It's hard when they're your sibling. You just want to strangle them sometimes, but he's the king now, so I can't do that. Still, I owe him more than I give him credit for, but...
You could always prank him.
Trust me, I have. Of course, now with so many people arriving, it's hard to be anything less than amazingly proper. That goblin crime lord we had to deal with.
Speaking of which, you need to get that pole out of your butt. Stop being so stuffy.
I'm not stuffy. It's who I'm supposed to be when I'm in the throne room.
Stuffy. You're so stuffy.
Sort of yanks you along, keeps you going. You eventually arrive at the Dunbar Cafe, which you enter. It is a lovely little cafe that has been moderately refurbished to look a lot newer and a lot more colorful. There are, along the ceiling, there is like fabric draped just to, color the ceiling purple, and there's a lot of golds and very pretty colors. Behind the counter, you see, several people working, but the most striking thing about this place is there is a big, giant walk that is filled with sand. And in the sand, there is a large, darker-skinned man with this curly, long hair that kind of stops with these blunt bangs, and it's blunt on the sides. Very stocky, buff man, and he's pushing this small little metal cup that's attached to a rod through the sand. And as he pushes it, all the liquid inside immediately foams and bubbles and spills out a little bit. He pulls it back, just waits a little bit for it to calm down, pushes it through again, takes a cup, and he starts making this really complicated coffee drink. The smell is something you've never experienced before in your life.
Have I ever experienced sand before?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what sand is. I mean, you've been on a ship for most of your time, you know. I mean, generally the dock is pretty much just wood, but there is some sand from what, the ocean's crushed and stuff. Okay. So you know what sand is.
All right.
This sand is extraordinarily pretty, and it looks like it almost has like gold within it. It's sparkling. Wow. But you can tell, there's a big fire roaring underneath it. It is exactly that. What Hydro just linked is this process.
Shit, son.
Now I want coffee.
Oh yeah. So it's this process, and as you open the door, he raises one of his arms and he goes, "Welcome, new guests!" And you can see every time this happens, like every person who's in there sitting down and sipping like jolts a little bit because he's so loud. Behind him working is a black-skinned dwarvish woman with this big, thick black afro who like smacks him on the side and goes, "Stop yelling at people!" And he goes, "New friends, come, try a sample. I know you don't know what this is, but you will love it." He pours you a little tiny cup, hands it off to both of you.
Oh, this is delightful. I'll take a drink.
Okay. It is extraordinarily bitter. It's a very interesting flavor, but it is bitter. So unless you like bitter stuff, you do not like this.
Well, that's quite...
Merrick just immediately downs his entire dose and he goes, "Oh, this is what has given life to the city. Everyone on the guard is drinking this stuff like non-stop."
It's very bitter.
It is, but you can get things added to it. And Merrick ends up ordering for both of you. And you get one that's, mixed with all sorts of different things. The process of it's a fascinating process to watch because it's literally like watching simple magic as he just pushes a cup through sand and then it just instantly boils and then calms back down and then you can pour it. It smells great. I would assume at this point Kenyel and Mana have arrived at this place too.
Probably. Unless Mana is horrified by the smell.
I mean, it smells like.
It smells like coffee. Do you like the smell of coffee? Or would Mana rather?
Okay, Mana might, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all
weird experience, but she's like, oh.
Okay. So as you enter, you see Merrick with Perry. Merrick is still holding Perry's hand, and they're both drinking these out of these pretty complicated looking silver cups.
I think Perry is probably like leaning against Merrick at this point because he's, despite the coffee, still very tired.
I pull Kenyel like to the side, be like, oh my god, it's Perry, and he's on a date with what the fuck was his name again? Merrick.
Is this a surprise?
I don't know. Are we like stealthing? Are we gonna like?
Kenyel's a metal like. Why though?
I don't know. They're like on a date or something. I feel like we shouldn't just.
Okay, since the guy greets people every single time that they walk in the door, have I seen these two?
Oh yeah.
Kenyel's trying not to hide. He's
Mana wild shapes into a cat and jumps into Kenyel's arms.
I know it's you. You can come sit by us.
Yeah.
I am holding a cat.
You see the owner, Kenyel, is just staring at you and seems to have stopped doing what he's doing.
Kenyel is suddenly mildly worried and just kind of bows.
He walks out from behind the bar and he raises his arms up, and this man is like 6'8". He's like Dalton River size but thicker.
Oh no, I'm going to get punched.
His arms open really wide and he goes, "Brother!" And he scoops you up in this really tight big hug and like snaps your spine and cracks your back.
Oh no, man is caught in between!
Man is just being squished between.
Kenyel's
so good to see someone from home.
I agree, honestly. Although, please, put me down. I don't wish my mask to fall off.
Oh, forgive me. Sets you down, leans back up, smacks you on the back.
Oh.
Here, let me get you a drink. I'm sure you have missed home. He walks behind the counter.
Oh, so very much.
Yeah, pours you a big drink. He seems to be adding different kinds of like spices and little powders to this one, and
I think Kenyel is probably like pointing at some that he knows he likes. And
I unwild shape and I get off of the cat. Well, I should have gotten off.
You can see the woman that's working with this man. The man is very interested in like making a very good drink for Kenyel. The woman working with him is just staring at you, Mana, like, what the fuck?
Can I also have a cup of coffee?
Of course.
Okay.
He pours you one, and then Kenyel, you get a very, very elaborately made one.
Thank you, brother. And
it is surely good to see you.
He lifts up the mask from the bottom, politely, and just kind of starts sipping at it, savoring it.
It's so good. It's like you're back at home.
The
most comforting of ways.
Kenyel does it, like, I was like, are you supposed to drink it slowly, or are you supposed to like pound it in one go?
I would not tell you not to pound it in one go, but I also advise caution.
I take a big gulp. I don't pound it in one go, but
it's really hot.
Ow!
Kenyel does not laugh, but he's laughing.
Vulnerability to fire.
He's laughing on the inside.
Oh yeah, this is extra bad for you. This is kind of painful. It singes the inside of your mouth, and it's you get that burnt tongue rawness for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, are you alright?
But it tastes good.
It tastes really good.
Oh, Kenyel feels guilty now.
I mean, it was.
Are you all right? The small dwarvish woman is like staring at me.
I drank it really fast, and it was really hot. And now my mouth is
She like rolls her eyes and then goes beneath the counter, and you
I
see
have
her
a feeling
working
they've
behind
seen
there
this
for
a
a bit.
lot the past few days.
Yeah, Mana, you eventually get handed a smaller cup that just has a little ball of ice in it.
I take it.
Okay. It is lightly lemon flavored.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's really soothing.
These aren't as popular here because, kind of points around. No sand, but enjoy.
Do you want to taste this ice? It's like lemon flavored.
thank you, but no thank you. I am content with what I have.
Okay, so the four of you enjoy sipping your coffees. Ferris and Florin, as you make your way towards where you heard the entrance to the real estate office would be. For starters, outside, you see a line. It is a queue line with like 5 people in it, and you can see from the building there's probably another line inside.
Oh, fuck.
And it's people with like papers, and it'd take a while. The other thing you hear that strikes your ear as curious, Ferris, is the sound of a goblin woman going, "Muggs is dead," and she's walking around in one of the sluttiest outfits you have ever seen in your entire life. And she is handing out these little flyers with that symbol that's on the letter you received. It is this lipstick holding a little skull. Muggs is dead. Hands you a flyer. Keeps walking.
What?
You know this symbol as soon as you see that, and as soon as you see who handed it to you. A long time ago in the Great Mines, you used to go to a certain brothel. And it was owned, or ended up being owned, by a man you worked for named Muggs. And he was this disgusting human who is, for some reason, so good at gambling, he became one of the richest men in the Great Mines, solely off gambling. You know this because he was one of the most annoying patrons that this brothel ever had. And it was called the Stone Rose Brothel. And from the flyer you get, you recognize this was, at some point, the Stone Rose Brothel, and is now called Muggs is Dead.
What? What?
Oh,
What are you laughing about?
fuck. Oh, that's great.
What?
You know how that goblin's gone around just saying Muggs is dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Muggs. He's a piece of shit. Well, he was a piece of shit.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the goblin and ask her, is Muggs really dead?
Of course he is. You haven't heard?
No, I haven't heard. I haven't been back at Corval in at least a couple of weeks now.
Oh my, you used to come when he was still alive then.
More or less.
Ah, do I know you?
It's possible.
I think I've seen your face before. You look familiar. Of course, everyone looks familiar when you fact enough people.
Yeah.
Anyway, come by tonight. We got entertainment. We got lots of new people. It's real nice. You haven't heard what happened?
No, how'd he die?
I love telling the story. All right.
Oh.
So, you knew when he bought the place, right?
Yeah.
So he bought it because he was so sick of them kicking him out because he would stay there so long. So he just bought the place. Well, about 2 years back, this fucker was getting old. And you've met the fucker, that slimy little grease ball.
Absolutely
And
fucking
you remember Muggs. He was like 5 foot human, just like this blob of a man who wore these tiny glasses and just had no hair on anywhere in his body. He was just a gross person. Wasn't nice to anyone. He was just like one of those people you want to murder, but he always had a bodyguard with him, and he was just too rich. You just couldn't touch him. Anyway, he set up a bounty in his own brothel. He wanted to die having sex. Okay? So, our best girl, Marianne, tried to take him up on it. They go for 6 hours, and she breaks her leg. Okay?
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
2 weeks later, we get an import from Proventus who heard about the bounty. Now, the bounty was if you killed him during sex, by having sex, he'd give you all the money he had. Right?
Yeah.
Import. Done. I think she was like an ASMR or something. I don't know. Had a tabaxi from South come. Nothing. Couldn't do it. And then you're gonna love this. He put up a sealed contract in the main hall, the main little hallway, and it was the contract in detail. But he made a mistake. It just said he wanted to die having sex. Now, the issue was, that is what he wanted, but it was from having sex. But the contract didn't really say that.
Oh, I like where this is going. Oh,
So
fuck, I
what
like where this is
happened
going.
was,
Oh dear.
what was her name? Let me find her name. I wrote this down.
God.
Jesus,
You
this is
planned out everything.
Oh my god.
I really wish I was there. Oh my god.
This is the best story.
Verona Vigma.
I am.
Verona.
Corona
This
Vision.
little gnomish girl. I love her to death. She's there now.
Like, can you spell it out, Colt?
Yes. She got in touch with this lawyer type, and she asked, now this contract's really simple. I mean, she was worried because it was the presentation one they had on the wall that it wouldn't work and like hold up in court. But he had it signed by his lawyer because he was a cocky fuck. And so her lawyer, I think his name was Morris or something, he told her, yeah, he just needs to die in the process of having sex and you'll be good. So she stabbed him 37 times in the chest while she was riding him,
God.
and he died there. And then her and her husband took over the place, and now it's Muggs is dead.
Oh shit.
What a
Wow.
Oh, that's the best fucking story I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't it great? I love
It's so
her.
amazing.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
She was this
God.
little
That's
gnome too. She's
wonderful.
smaller than me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, God. I have not been to a brothel in at least a couple of years, but I think I might go.
Come on by. It's a fun time. Even if you don't get a companion, we got a bar set up. We've imported all the liquor. We got a band that came with us. It's real nice.
God. Yeah, I think I might do that. Hey, Fly, you want to go get shit-faced?
Yeah, actually, that sounds like fun.
Alright. Fuck it, we'll get a house tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
So you go from the boring government office with a big line to a brothel.
Oh my god, to a brothel. Amazing.
Okay, so you arrive there, and basically outside, it is a refurbished building that was one of the more drab ones, and almost overnight, it became this booming, exciting place of just constant celebration. There are street vendors outside selling various things, but there are so many people dressed in some of the sluttiest clothing you've ever seen. And all of them keep handing out flyers and saying Muggs is dead over and over and over. And it's pretty much just a ploy to get people to tell the story, and it gets them in the door.
Oh,
And as
my
you
God.
enter inside, there are just an array of folk. You hear a band playing. Everything has been refurbished to have either some kind of velvet or fabric on it. Everything's soft. Everyone has someone hanging off them, either another patron or more than likely a companion. And you see people of all different races, genders, sizes, everything. There's anything you could possibly want. There's also a very large bar.
You smell that, Flo?
Yeah.
It smells like shame. A lot of shame. A lot of fucking shame.
and whiskey.
And good
Oh
whiskey.
my god.
Make a perception check, Paris.
Oh, I need a drink.
I'm very familiar with the parade of humanoid
I'm taking
misery.
out the rum.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Val,
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
22.
22. You immediately see someone you recognize.
Really?
Yes. You see basically the only reason you ever came here, and it is this half-orc woman named Tasha.
Oh.
And you're very familiar with Tasha because you always came, and any time you would wait or come back for Tasha.
Wow.
This beautiful half-orc with a scar down her left arm that goes from like her shoulder down to her forearm. Dressed in like this, nice demure dress. Decent build. Red hair that's kind of pushed over to one side.
It was supposed to be at disadvantage. Look, that's like.
Oh, that's great. It was supposed to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Fuck, my bad.
Damn.
What is she doing right now?
She is currently at the bar talking with someone. You're not sure if it's another companion or a customer.
Right. I'm gonna sort of drag Flo more or less up to the bar. Congratulations, you're my new wingman.
oh boy.
I'm just gonna...
Would you be looking for any companions?
Flo.
Who? Oh
You.
no, I very much Flo's gonna be staying like near Ferris.
Okay.
Farrah's gonna be fucking someone, and Florence just like.
He's gonna cheer him on.
So
Yeah, I
So
use
the-
my invigorating charm for that, clearly.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ferris is gonna slide up onto, not at the bar, not onto the bar, Jesus Christ. He's gonna slide up at the bar and just sort of make eyes at Tasha and go, "Hi there, baby."
she like turns from who she's speaking with, who is a halfling, who does appear to be another companion based on the dress, and then her green hand reaches over and pushes the halfling off the chair, and just pushes her away. She goes, "Go away." Hi.
You know
And
what?
she like immediately locks with you, and it's just like, why are you here?
Oh, just decided to come around, see the sights, maybe take a vacation.
I'm taking a vacation back home, sweetie.
How about you?
Look at this woman, and she is not necessarily what you would imagine Ferris matching up with, but you can like almost feel Ferris vibrating in his chair. At this point, as Ferris and this woman start hooking up,
Oh,
next
well,
to
I
you,
get straight
Florin.
into it.
Yeah, next to you, Florin, a very large person sits down next to you.
Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, they're wearing basically like a sort of
It's
like a longer toga that is wrapped around their whole body, and they are a very pale-skinned Asimar, very well built, and they lean their head on their fist and they look at you, trying to look under your hat.
Oh, Flo like he notices this, so he holds up like the veil, and he's like, "Yeah,
Hi.
Guten Tag, hello there.
Oh, you're from Valencia. Long way from home.
Yeah, you're familiar?
I spent some time there.
Yeah. But what are you doing in these parts then?
Being a whore mostly, but in my spare time I like
Jesus.
long walks on the beach, which don't exist here, and drinking and wood carving.
Wood carving, drinking, fooling around. You know, those are interesting activities, actually. Shut the fuck up, Marshall.
He like reaches into his sort of half dress, half toga, and pulls out this little coin and sets it down in front of you. And he goes, "If you need anything," and he just leaves it and then stands up, and moves on from the bar.
Is there anything special with the coin?
The coin says, "Good for one free screw."
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Power move.
It is an intricately made coin, and it is like
That's
specific. It's like, imagine if like a Chuck E. Cheese token was made out
Oh
of
my
real
God.
gold.
Mhm.
It's like that.
Okay.
Colt, I fucking love you.
Colt, you're amazing.
One free screw from an ASMR. Florin just like looks
Okay, little
at,
lady.
he's like a tad reeled a bit like, and then he like looks at his outfit and he's like, yeah, because he realizes, right, I look like 10 times more like people would
Funny.
want to bang me now.
Pretty much.
He's like if Ferris like really enamored and busy with Tasha.
Ferris is pretty in there.
Yeah.
Not literally yet, but he's in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Jesus.
Are
Are they just making out on the stool next to them? Like,
Is this allowed?
is this that loud?
Florin is
Is this so
Florin's
loud?
actually gonna like he's gonna order. Did Ferris
Ferris
get
voice,
drinks yet or
stop.
no? Did Ferris buy drinks for those two or no?
Yeah, he probably fucking slept down like a gold or two.
Okay. So Florin, he is going to just he's gonna like, well, are you good here? Do you need anything?
Is he talking to Ferris or?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, I'm fine. Tell you what, you go have fun. I'll catch up with you in about like give it like 3.5 hours.
Florin, like
It's been a
gives him
long
thumbs
time.
up.
That's unusually short for you, dear. Are you alright? She's like putting her hand all over Ferris.
Florin like looks between her and Ferris, and he kind of like he like gets a little bit of a grin, and he's like, right, well, he like puts down like 5 gold pieces for him. Like, if you want more drinks, you can have this, and I will see you after. And Florin's gonna go actually want to talk to the Asimar, but like he's genuinely curious now. Like,
Okay. As this is all transpiring, I'm not going to actually RP you fucking an Asimar. Are you going to go spend a night with an Asimar?
He's
Yeah,
not fucking. He's actually like, were
Like-
you actually fucking, or were you just wanting to talk to him?
I want to talk, and then maybe fuck.
Okay.
Who knows?
Let me change the question. Do you want to talk about something prudent, or do you just mean your character is going to talk to them and then fuck them?
Oh, it would just be like pillow talk, and then after.
So
after
you
that-
basically move over to one of the more loungy areas, which is
Yeah.
like a big demure velvet couch. And you see, like, the general vibe of this place is when you saw the 2 Goliath women in the cradle when you first arrived here, they had no idea what they were doing, and they were new as shit. Everyone here is like a professional, and they are a companion. Like, they are here to be your friend for as long as you need if you have money.
Mhm.
But you got a free token, and this guy's very into you.
Yeah.
So you're over there smooching it up, or doing whatever.
Mhm.
Ferris, after about like 10 minutes of you catching up with Tasha and her explaining like what happened with Muggs and the move, you feel someone smack your leg, like your calf.
I look down.
There is a little goblin here who you know.
Oh.
Ferris Thompson! What the fuck are you doing here?
Oh.
It's this little shit-eating goblin who you have had to deal with more times than you would ever want to in your entire life. This was basically your beginning contact to working with one of the Great Mind Warlords.
Hey.
Oh man, Slicks is gonna love you here. And Tasha's like rolling her eyes, like, "No, he just got here, please." And the goblin like grabs your pant leg, like, "Come on, he's gonna want to see you."
Fucking shit. Yeah, right. I'm gonna look over to Tasha and say, "Oh, I'll catch up with you later. We'll be back. We'll be back."
Like nods and moves you along.
Fuck me.
You end up having to go up 3 flights of stairs with this little shit goblin who you hate. This little goblin cheats at gambling. He's tried to pickpocket you. He's just a little shit, and he's the perfect size to kick.
Is he doing
You've done
anything
that on
right
more than
now?
one.
Is he like trying to pickpocket me like right now?
No, he's just leading you along.
Okay.
I can't believe you're all the way out here. They've been looking for you for work forever.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been sort of indisposed. I went to out of city work, really.
Oh no, we heard stories about you. We know.
Oh.
He like knocks on one of the more like average looking doors. Like you wouldn't expect this to be anything special. There's like a pause, and then you hear like 3 locks disappearing or unlatching, and then it opens, and you actually see Rail there, the Goliath from the Amethyst Rose or from the Nobrek.
Shit.
I'm just gonna give a sideways glance at Ray, like, what the fuck are you doing?
She just stares at you. As you enter, there is a poker game going on around this small little coffee table with what looks like a companion, one person you also recognize, and then your old boss, Zlix Vigma, a goblin. A
Can you
very
spell that?
handsome, very well dressed. This was your old boss a long time ago. He used to give you a lot of your simple but seedier work. He is there with his now goblin wife, who you've never met. This kind of more simple looking goblin woman, wearing glasses, and they appear to be just sitting next to each other, kind of like a couple playing Scrabble, but yet surrounded by very sexually dressed people. Rail is standing guard by the door. The goblin who brought you up is not allowed in. And so it's your old boss is gnomish, what you assume wife, as she is covered in jewels. The one of let me see here, a half elven female companion on the arm of a man you recognize. It's Hats. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Oh, that's so good. wait, tell me one last thing.
Yep.
Is Hat's wearing a hat?
No, he's not.
Oh
Damn
my
it.
god.
He just has his hair tied back.
One fucking day.
Are you going to give this man a hat just so you can kill him with a hat on?
I've thought about ways where I could force him to wear a hat. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus.
Alright, I'm gonna end the stream.
Alright.
alright, good night, viewers.
Good night, viewers.
Viewers.
And us from the future.
And us from the
We're gonna
future.
watch.
No, that's in the future.
Thank you, and good night.